Gentlemen prospectors, and MamaBird,
Howdy,
the
howdy.
classy classifier. Top of the morning to you.
I seem to be lost. I can't find us.
I hope everybody's doing good this morning. MamaBird's lost, but that's, it's typical morning.
Sure. Got it. Found us. There we are. So, what are you having?
What do you mean?
I got hot tea. You got coffee?
I got coffee with honey in it.
I got D&B's honey in mine this morning, and it's tasty.
D&B puts out pretty good honey. Hey, look there, it's Rustic Redhead.
Good morning.
Welcome. We're having coffee
We are.
and tea.
It's a snow day, so
It's a
MamaBird's
snow
at
day.
home.
And we got crumpets. We got coffee and crumpets.
Good morning, William.
What do you mean? Welcome. I hope
So-
everyone's doing good this morning.
It's pretty messy out there today. It snowed and snowed for a little bit, and now it's
Icing
raining.
and icing.
Yeah. It's pretty nasty out
We got
there.
ice on the bottom of the snow, and now we got ice, snow, and another layer of ice coming in on top of the snow.
It's like layers.
It's layers. It's like onions. Onions have layers.
They do.
So, MamaBird said at 4:45 this morning, I heard her phone go, bling. And she just laid in bed. Bling. She just laid in bed. I got up, made some coffee. Bling. And then, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes later, she come in and said, I didn't even hear my phone go off. They canceled school today. I don't have to go in.
And it's not my turn to shovel. That's why I didn't have to.
And
work.
then, just right before the live, my phone started ringing. And you know who it was, MamaBird?
Who was it?
It was our mail carrier. Our mail carrier has our personal, both of our phone numbers.
She's awesome.
Yep. And she called me. She said,
Morning, Brad.
Ken, you got all kinds of packages, like 6 or 9. And I said, well, which is it, 6 or 9? And she said, I don't know. They're big. Do you think you could come get them for me? I said, sure. I just can't do it right now, but I'll do it here in a little while. So I've got to be the mailman today.
I love it.
Yep.
That means they released another batch of our packages that have been held hostage somewhere.
We've had packages
Morning,
since
Joe.
December
David.
that they've been holding up in
Brad.
Kansas City, Kansas, for some apparent reason. They just,
Jason.
their sorting
Didn't see us sneak in
facility
there.
is mayhem, is what I'm being told. So
Yeah.
if you got a package running through Kansas City, Kansas, good luck. You may or may not get it. You don't know. It could happen. It may not happen.
Morning, Mike's Knives.
Karen says they're waiting for 2 storms. Well, one of them's probably, we're sending it to you.
Yep.
And I
You're
found
welcome.
out this morning that Zaxton's the one that's got the Missouri snow globe, and he just keeps going, just shaking it.
He's a rascal.
I know it. David Duran.
He doesn't believe in snow, he says, though.
Ever been watching porn and you got to write back to the chick, and next thing you know, you're in GP and Mama's chat. That happens all the time.
Dude. Joe.
We thought we
it's
was
a
the
problem,
only one.
You know?
Yeah. So, for those that aren't aware,
My buddy Pam.
our pal Joseph Noten, King's Gold, New York, he's going to be on our live.
I'm so excited to have you
Valentine's.
on the panel, Joe.
He's going to be on live on panel. So, buckle up, Buttercup, because you don't never know what's going to happen whenever King's Gold comes on.
Morning, Terrace.
Pamela Washam,
Miss Pam is in the house.
and she's great.
She's also celebrating a snow day with MamaBird.
Pam come in looking all Gargamel.
We're having hot tea and crumpets,
We're
Pam.
going to make her Smurf out of her and turn her blue.
All right.
David Alfonsetti art. Brad Hayden, good morning. MamaBird's having tea. I'm having coffee. And we got crumpets. See the crumpets?
And
Crumpets!
we're going to see if we can get lucky. I got some scratcher tickets we're going to do.
We got some scratcher tickets. I think
Pam, if we hit it big on the scratcher tickets, you won't see me tomorrow at work either.
may not see her anyway. Depends on how
Yeah.
the day goes. You can't ever tell.
So they're going to use Monday as a makeup snow day, which was supposed to be our scheduled day off for our department too, which it seems like every snow day that happens.
So they're, in reality, they're gifting you a Wednesday off when the weather's horrible and you can't go out and do anything, and they're taking away President's Day, that the weather will probably be wonderful. Actually, we have another big storm system coming in that's supposed to be here next week that's going to dump another 3 to 5 inches, Zaxxon.
Did you see what Pam said?
Yes, you do, Pam. And Tara's prospecting.
Bud
Hey,
Files.
the Bud Files, welcome.
Morning.
I hope everybody's doing good this
Yeah,
morning.
I'm happy to see you guys.
Me too. We have never done a good morning host show live.
We're not
vertical.
panning. We're not.
I'm
doing
not
nothing.
sure what
We're
even
just
we
hanging
call.
out.
We're basically sitting here in our gold/craft/film room and talking to my phone. I have my phone set up.
It's not weird at all.
Everybody says that every once in a while we need to do vertical lives.
Hobo
And-
Rob.
Hey, Rob, did you see Rob's video this morning?
I have not yet. I've
That-
seen it come through.
It's
But I
the
have not.
same place where he prospected at on his birthday, where he smashed it. I told him, I said,
Excellent.
you know, that's birthday magic. That don't happen all the
It's
time.
birthday
Yeah,
magic.
it's birthday magic!
Stephen Stark. Welcome.
Stephen Strong, what's going
Stephen's
on,
my
brother?
favorite
Good
pirate.
morning. There's Miss Gail.
Hi, Gail.
Hi, Archaeology and Gold.
Grab some tea or some coffee and a crumpet. We're not doing anything except hanging out.
You guys can pick out whatever you want there. Just grab one off the plate.
Nothing like a good morning sugar rush.
If you run out of coffee and need some more honey, let me know. We got plenty. If I need to put another pot on, I can do that too.
I overflowed my cup. I hit the wrong button on my maker and I turned around and it was
Her Keurig
overflowing.
has a number of 4 buttons. 4.
Buttons are
One
hard.
turns it on and off, and then she has a size selection of large, grande, medium, or
And tiny.
tiny, pecunia. So,
I like petunias. They're pretty.
yeah, they bloom. It's like you blossom. You're blossoming now, Mama
Uh-huh.
Bird.
That's his way of saying I'm a blooming idiot. Moving on. That derailed quickly.
It was going woo woo.
That just happened.
It did.
Speaking of that, I ran to the store earlier and the snowplow was out. And the arc of sludge, yuck, that was coming off of this snowplow was crazy. People were locking it up because it was just going over their cars. And I couldn't resist. I posted it.
You know,
Rocker girl!
I've had the pleasure
Or Rocker one,
of
sorry.
meeting some of the heroic individuals that drive our snowplows during the sand and salt challenge, because when I went and talked to them and they went and got me. So I'm going to tell you right now, by the time they get these guys so psyched up, kind of like firemen and kind of like soldiers too.
Oh, you could tell he was
Hurry up and
a
wait.
little kid in a
They-
big truck.
They get them
having
so
fun.
psyched up. They're all sitting in there. The truck's ready to go, fueled up, warmed up, everything. All the salt and gravels in the trucks. Their plows are all polished up, and they're sitting in there in the break room, and their legs are shaking, and they're sitting in there, and they're having as much coffee and chewing on cigars, getting all the nicotine they can in them, getting ready just so they can get that plow down and get it out there as quick as they can.
Uh-oh. The guilty party
Way
is
to
in
go,
the house. Zaxxon. He said,
OG
shake, shake,
rocker.
shake that snow globe. We knew it was you, Zaxxon.
Shake, shake, shake the snow globe.
Angie and Rick.
Shake the snow globe hard.
Our buddy Carl's in the house.
Miller Outdoor. Carl's supposed to be at work.
Carl, what are you doing?
He's obviously not working.
Well-
he probably is working. Well, he's probably getting paid for working. But there's a
Ouch!
high probability that he could be working on something for your giveaway.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Which is Friday night on our Valentine's. We're both going to be up. We're going to have special guests. We have some amazing giveaways for my 500 subscriber. It's going to be epic.
We do. we've
Broke
we've
down
got
canner.
some wonderful giveaways, and all of you ladies out there, make sure to be there because Mega Dog is giving away 2 special Valentine bags.
Just for the ladies in the house.
The ladies only. Guys can't do it. What about a guy that dresses up like a lady on Halloween?
No, Gentleman Spears.
See,
it's not
I
happening.
was trying to swing something good out of that nightmare, and you just yanked it out from underneath of me.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask Mega. Mega may have a different response, you know. I think Mega thought the pink flowers that was molted everywhere all over the house.
The feathers?
Yeah, the feathers. He thought they were pretty cool, so.
Hobo Rob said that's still a guy, GP.
Yeah, once a guy, always a guy, right?
Zaxxon said hashtag male discrimination. A3 Sky
Absolutely.
Warrior.
Hey,
How are
Rich.
ya?
Top of the morning to you. We don't ever get to see Rich in our lives, hardly.
He's always
here when
off
he
to
can.
work.
Yeah, that man works 27 hours out of the 24-hour day. Don't know how he does it, but he does. And then he only gets to sleep 0.3 minus hours every day. And that's when he's driving.
I tried. Grease Monkey's in the house.
Grease Monkey, old Terry, how you doing, pal?
I tried to get GP to smell my tea. It smells so good.
I smelt it.
It's perfectly peach.
It's very aromatic. It just tingles the olfactory. It makes it want to just drift off.
No matter what accent he tries to use, he sounds like that. Rufotris,
It's
welcome.
the Irish coming out in me. What can I say? Can I help it? I got a bit of the green in me.
I see. Did we greet SGT?
Sergeant Sivo, I did not greet you.
Or S, yeah.
MamaBird will get it right. A few more cups of tea, she'll be right where she needs to be.
And speaking of tea, that made me think of Rob, which made me think of the beautiful Miss Sarah from Kermudge in Alaska. Guess who's going to be hanging out with MamaBird
On your live tonight.
Panning out her very first bag ever, right?
Well, it's not GP Spears, I guarantee it. No, me and Rob, we're just going to kind of hang out behind the scenes.
We'll get you and Rob the feather boas to put on while you watch.
Rob could pull it off.
He totally could pull it off.
Rob could pull it off. I just...
Hey, Bacchus.
I don't know.
Swamp Dog.
I made a big, ugly woman. Let's just put it that way.
I did not say that. He said that.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth. Swamp Dog, Rufotris.
What?
Good morning, back to work. That's Rich. That's the Rain Man right there. So, Zaxxon, you got to quit shaking that. I know that you've got that pretty Missouri snow globe, but leave it on the shelf, man. Let it settle. Quit shaking it because this stuff is, I tell you what, it's crazy. So we got up for daybreak like we do every day, and it was icing at that time. Things, nice little sheen of ice, maybe a 1/10 of an inch of ice on everything, and then it started snowing, and it dumped. I mean, we got maybe 2.5 inches in a matter of 45 minutes.
I bet it looks beautiful at Pam's house.
I bet it does too. And so then it all of a sudden stopped, and I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and get the walks cleared out and get the vehicles cleared off. And so I did. As I'm out there doing that, it just started icing, solid ice, freezing rain.
There's my buddy Jess. So
now everything that I did that I didn't get salt put on is now a sheet of ice. I basically we could have hockey. We could do hockey in the driveway.
Megadog loves hockey.
Megadog does love hockey. He can come on down and do
driveway hockey.
Bacchus 573.
Pam says it's pretty, but I'm ready for spring. I hear you, Pam.
I'm with you, Pam. I tell you what, and you, Pam, you know me. I like the cold weather. I like the snow, but I like to be sitting in a tree whenever that's going on. And there's nothing to hunt right now, so time to get rid of the cold weather. Time to get rid of the snow. Get the boat all cleaned out, polished up, and get the boat to the lake and start catching some crappie.
I love crappie.
Snagging some spoonbill.
Good morning,
finding
Owen.
some morels.
Oh, I can't wait. Morel season's coming up.
As much snow as we've had, it released a lot of that nitrogen into the ground. I bet we have
I
a
hope.
stellar Morel season.
I hope we do. Olin Borden's in the house.
Olin Borden, we got 28 amazing people.
So,
in
Jess, I was telling Pam earlier that I got some scratcher tickets. So if we hit it big and we have school tomorrow, I won't be there.
In case, yeah.
Jess is my cover.
If anybody's listening, that above MamaBird's
Morning,
pay
Jean.
grade at the school board, she could be getting just a touch of the fever, gold fever that is, because I guarantee you, it's supposed to get down cold tonight. I think 12 degrees is what they're calling for, and you know what? So it's going to be mostly cloudy, a chance of snow showers, and a high probability of gold.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Jean's in the house. If you guys didn't see Miss Jean, she did amazing.
Jean was on the panel panning out her Groundhog Day
Absolutely.
challenge bag. Still waiting to see what the weights. Did you see Hearts of Gold, Karen? She did great
Yeah.
at her bag.
I love
Because
it.
this Missouri material that I sent out is nothing added to it. It's all natural. So 98% of it, maybe 99% of it is tiny micros, but it's loaded. It's so much micros. And she had a good time. And she recovered almost all of it.
She did
was
good.
within
Way to go,
0.10,
Jean.
0.09 of recovering it all.
Pam said they got a squirrel and the dogs are after it. She's got two little adorable dachshunds, weenie dogs, whatever you call them, named Daisy and Daphne.
Daisy and
They're
Daphne.
so cute.
And they will lick your face to death. They love to be loved. They love to share the love. Like us. They share the love.
So,
So,
I was thinking about scratching my lottery ticket, but I think I'll have my crumpet first before I touch my lottery tickets.
what crumpet would you like?
I want a honey bun.
Did you give Rob the option of choosing first?
I did not.
Rob, just take a pick there.
Yoink. Thank you. This would be a good place for a table.
We've got lots of tables, but I don't know, they seem to be full of rocks.
Weird.
Rocks and mushrooms and sticks, and MamaBird likes to bring the outside inside.
I'm a forager. What can I say?
You're foraging now?
I am foraging now on this honey bun that I shouldn't be eating.
Why shouldn't you be eating it?
It's delicious.
Well, that's even all the more reason to eat it. If it's delectable.
It is. So I am seriously pretty excited to see how she does with her bag tonight and panning. And I'm going to be panning with her in case she needs a little help.
That's the bag you're panning. I set it out right
Yep.
there for you.
So I'm going to run a MamaBird bag while the beautiful Miss Sarah runs hers. And they're, honey bun down.
Well, Otterman will end up with that.
Otterman, my honey bun could be petrified in your next floor sweepings bag. Lucky you, man.
OG Rocker says that honey buns are awesome.
I accidentally called them Rocker Girl earlier because there is a Rocker Girl in chat.
I get them confused too. I do.
All right. In hindsight, this honey bun is incredibly messy, and I could use a napkin, please.
I happen to have a napkin.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
All right. Brad said, honey bun for the win. That's right.
So what all are we going to be doing on your Valentine's Live?
Well,
Other than giving away some amazing prizes. I do know that
I'm pretty excited about that.
we have...
And to win those prizes, you need to be subscribed to both channels.
Today's the day that you have to
Today's
be
the
subscribed.
cutoff.
Or if you try it tomorrow, or if you try it after 6 o'clock tonight, you'll still get to subscribe, but you won't get to compete. We've got it set to 48 hours. You know who taught me how to do that?
Who?
Wes.
Nice.
Yeah, from the Hip Bee Explorers.
Brad said, give it away now.
He said that, that helps to assure that the people that have been supporting you up to 48 hours, 2 days before you're live.
Yep.
People don't just swoop in, subscribe, and then walk away.
Right.
So, you guys are always here. This crowd is always here, week in, week out, day in, day out, and you're the crowd that we want to see walk off with this stuff. I wonder who's going to win that Flower Gold Wizard micro cleanup sluice.
I don't know,
No,
but they're going to love it, whoever gets it.
And what about that Brown's Mini Miller table? Somebody's going to win that.
So there's
and the Gold Getter 48 with the brand new pump system.
These are all up for grabs.
What about the Flower Gold Wizard 6-inch smooth water header box? The greatest header box ever created.
Morning, Melithion. Hobo Rob says he's going to the heart doctor to hopefully get cleared for his shoulder surgery. I hope you do.
Carl says if he wins, it's rigged. It's always rigged, Carl.
Right?
You know that. It's always rigged. You guys, don't let her pretty appearance fool you. MamaBird is a computer programming genius. She can rig anything.
Sarcasm is his forte.
Yeah, she'll call me up and she'll say, how do I start this program? I said, just put this little thing that looks like a Frisbee into the little thing that looks like a cup holder and hit go. And it's all self-starting.
Miss Ida said hi. Hi, Miss Ida. I hope you're loving your snow day. And little boy Fat's out there saying hi. He's also known as Junior.
Jean says that Ben Fort taught her to email.
Well,
that would explain it, Jean.
That's a way of spreading the love. Aw.
Angie and Rick.
Maybe you could work and lurk, Rufotris.
No, Angie said, no, if I win, it's rigged.
Somebody's always pushing Angie's duck underwater or eating Angie's duck on Rob and Charlie's stream.
Every time that we get on there and I see my duck's hydrophobic. As soon as the race starts, they throw my duck in the water and it goes, nope, and back out on the dock. It's a dry dock duck.
A dry dock duck.
Yeah, it's hydrophobic.
Maybe it needs a little jet dry.
There you go. I'll have to ask Charlie to pour some jet dry on my duck next time.
Right? Good morning, nobody really.
Nobody really. Howdy.
But you can actually call them somebody. Sure, Carl. He's working.
Nice antique mug, GP. Karen's the one that notices the Fire King, not everybody.
He loves the Fire King.
Karen, I'm going to tell you right now, and yes, it looks like a tiny mug in my giant gorilla paws, but it's a full-size coffee mug. I mean, if MamaBird held it, she might have to use two hands.
I would not.
But these hold the heat better than any of the new ceramics do. It keeps your coffee hot.
It's a Fire King.
Right, it is. It's a Fire King. And this is one of the older antique originals, just like Karen says. This is not a repop or a remake. It is an original. And I've got a full set of them. We have a 1955 vintage camper, one of the, what you call a canned ham, that it's a Yellowstone. I've got a full set of these in there, and then I have about a half a set left in the kitchen in the cupboard. But we have so many mugs.
But they survived a lot of kids.
Oh yeah, they survived me. They survived me running out the door at
at
2 in the morning.
30?
Yeah, at 2 in the morning with my tones going off.
Morning, Pop. Do you see what Zaxxon said? You should read that.
Uranium used for the color helps hold the heat amazingly. Don't worry, not dangerous. Right? Everyone needs a little uranium.
I actually have a uranium glass vase and some other little thing that were my dad's. And they glow in the dark.
Was that the green glass that I swept up out of the storage unit floor?
Oh, don't even say that. I don't even want to know. It's still there in case I've forgotten that.
Most of it's still in the box. We'll put it that way.
The glow-in-the-dark glass, you glow in the dark if you hang on to it or drink out of it too much. So, Melithion said asbestos.
It's asbestos. Anyone do sub for sub? Nobody really, this is the greatest community on YouTube. And I'm going to tell you now, if you sub these people, sub whoever, it may take us a few minutes, a few days, but we'll get back to you. We'll
Yep.
sub you.
Yep.
The thing is you got to leave a comment. You sub and
Or it
leave a
doesn't
comment,
stick.
and then we know that you're a new sub. I've got 1,400 subs right now, right at ish, and I could sit down and write down all of them
I could never do that.
because I have visited all of their channels and I've resubbed them back.
Yep. So, out of all the things that people send us, we definitely have a coin somewhere. I'm going to scratch one of my tickets.
I've got a dirty quarter.
I love dirty quarters.
Dirty quarter for the win! MamaBird she's frothing at the bit just to get these tickets scratched off here. What are they called?
These are
$5,000 cash craze.
You know, when you did that, you look like Hazel when she bit through the cord the other night.
That was traumatic.
It was traumatic. We were watching Rose Nose Treasure.
Yeah, we were both focused on that, doing our greetings and typing, and I didn't even notice it. I think that it was more of a smell thing for MamaBird than,
I heard her
an
go,
audio or visual. And
I could feel her under my feet.
MamaBird, she works hard, so she's sitting and she's has a big giant body size heat pad that she sits on, and she was sitting on a heat pad, and our little mind boss, Hazel, had dropped her squeaky toy that she was trying to get one of us to play with up underneath where we were sitting, and she was trying to get to it, and she was using what she has. She was pawing at it and digging at it with her mouth.
And the cords
and
to my
she
laptop
bit
and
through
the
the cord to the heat pad and started this, and MamaBird, I didn't see it. MamaBird looked down and said that her eyes were this big around and all of her teeth
She
was
looked like an
laid
alligator.
back, and she was just going, and she was electrocuting herself essentially. And MamaBird just jerked the cord out of her mouth.
I thought I took her teeth with it.
And she said, what the hell's going on? And jerked the cord.
It was scary.
Hazel at this point runs across the room and then runs under, cause we're in the chief's room where we spend a lot of time, runs under one of the futons that we have back there and just is shivering. Not to mention the fact that she lost incontinence and defecated herself. It was bad. I mean, she was electrocuting herself.
That could have been me. It scared me.
So we had to get off Rose's channel and deal with that. But she's fine now. Hazel's fine. Everything's okay. No burns on the mouth.
It was pretty crazy.
No nothing. It was just one of them things. And Nugget, our other dog, was looking at her like, you gonna be okay? You gonna be okay? You gonna be okay?
All right. Ticket number 1. Wah, wah, wah. Who's the her?
You got a loser?
I got a loser.
She got a GP. What's this little thing?
A bonus.
Did you bonus it?
I did not. I mean, I scratched it, but I didn't get the bonus.
No bonus?
Nope. Wah, wah, wah. One down.
One down.
There's your coin if you want to do it.
So you want me to scratch one?
Yeah. I wasn't paying attention here.
And Tara says it would be awesome if he could put together an Easter Euper light sluice and pan a live show.
That would be awesome.
You know what we're doing we've done this before. We call it sluicing in the dark, and we're doing it again on Valentine's Day. And our pal, the Flower Gold Wizard, sends us some special crushed up Euper light pay dirt. And it's all pay dirt crushed up in Euper light. And I've got a whole bunch of bags of it right here.
I love the
And he
Euper.
writes right on them Eup. But if you hit that, you guys probably can't see it, but when you hit that with the UV light, you can see it in there. Right, MamaBird?
Yep.
And it's got crushed up Euper lights on there. So, and these things are chock plumb full of gold.
Fishing Cooking with Jose. Good morning.
And what is that? Is that a dragon's tooth? What is that?
I don't know. It's a wizard tooth.
It's a wizard tooth. Maybe it's one of the scales.
I
It's
bet
a wizard
it is.
scale.
I bet.
But anyway, that's a lot of fun. So yeah, and Terrace, that'd be great. That'd be a good live. And Mama Bird's going to do a little twist. You guys will have to wait until the Valentine's live to see which sleuth she has picked to run this down. But and I don't know how much you're going to run, because we got several bags of it. He's sent us several bags.
There's no huge game plan made on that. We're going to play it by ear.
We're going to play it by ear.
Hey, Big Movie. Good morning.
I heard that you're going to dress up for Valentine's Day.
I might. And I might not.
Mine's growing chicken's butt.
I wish I had $1 for every time I've heard that over the years.
Well, see, I kind of got to know these things because I've kind of got to coordinate.
Okay.
Or I guess I could just coordinate with Joseph, whatever, you know.
There you go.
However he's dressed, and I could dress that way too.
That's right. So, Joseph's going to be up on panel. We've got, is Megadog going to be up?
I think so.
If he doesn't have to work.
Yeah, if he doesn't have to work, I think Meg is coming up on panel.
And
Carl may be on panel. I don't know.
And who else was it?
Zaxxon might come on panel.
I would love that.
Oh, there you go, Zaxxon. I don't know if you had plans for Valentine's Day, but you got to cancel them now. Just the way it is. Sorry. Big Movie Fan 18, good morning to you.
Well, I did not know that even happened. Did you know that?
Fishing. Unblocked on your live.
No, this.
Oh, what?
Double tap the screen chat. Fireworks appear. It did! Did you see that?
Yeah, that's thumbs up. You never go on vertical lives.
True.
That's a vertical live time.
Cute.
Usually, he wasn't on this morning, but usually Troubled One's on vertical lives.
Hearts of Gold. She said, excuse me.
Oh, there you go.
She
Snap.
found more.
She
Way
found
to go.
more.
Out of her Groundhog bag.
Well, it would be .011, Karen. Not .11, but .011 that you're missing. But if you find an extra .11,
Score!
you the girl, man. Yeah, that's a score. That means GP was sleeping. So far, everyone has gotten so super close to the exact amount. There's one person that has got the exact amount that I panned out down to the milligram.
Nice.
And I won't announce that until the last day of the challenge, who that one person was.
He's got it all on the list.
I do. I'm having fun with this. It's like a control study. I used to do, being a former fireman, and paramedic, I did
Speaking of
control
firemen,
studies a lot.
Otterman's in the house.
That's all. See, if you say fireman 3 times, it'll pull us in there.
And Otterman, I don't know if you were in here earlier. I was having a bite of a honey bun and some of it hit the floor. So that could be a petrified honey bun in your next floor sweepings bag you win.
We're gonna. You know what? I was putting together. I think it was a Valentine's Day bag.
Yes, Brad, get on that.
I was just kind of dusting out. It was a 1 gram bag, and I was dusting out some gold into it, and there was a little bit of few micros in it, and a big chunk come out of the jar and went boom, and the micros went flip, and they're down here somewhere now.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Floor sweepings in the future.
Floor sweeping! And plus, the GP bag, remember that I drug across here and
It
got
had a
into
hole in it.
Yeah, it just scattered. And we have not vacuumed the floor. And like I said, we're going to do it twice a year. So we're going to do it again in probably November, December. So we're going to do it in May, June.
Morning, Daniel.
We'll vacuum it up May, June and see,
Yep.
see what happens. Because we, and when I say we, I mostly mean me, I've spilled a lot of gold in here. As Otterman can attest to, because he panned out the last danger bag.
Danger. Brad said he still needs to pan out his bag. I told him, get on that.
Nobody really said that fishing is ignoring him.
Morning, Lord
Maybe
Shadow.
he's not ignoring you. Maybe he's just not answering you. You know, that's not actually ignoring. It's just not acknowledging.
Lord Shadow, did Chloe Munster get her bag? Did she look through it yet?
I don't think it's due till tomorrow. Oh, no.
He
The
got
bag,
it.
yeah, the bag that he sent. Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I'm excited to see if she liked it.
I've got to go to the post office today. And it's snowing here, but it's not negative 14. No.
Thank goodness.
It's hovering right at freezing here. It's right around 30, 29, 30. But I got to go to the post office. And this time it's not to mail stuff, because I go every day to mail stuff.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I don't think that I have anything to mail today. I don't think.
Victory.
Right. But I have to pick packages up.
I am going to
Broke down pattern.
scratch another ticket.
Jackson says it's freezing there too. Well, it's freezing, right? Like 74. You know, that's the freezing mark. 72 is the freezing mark for Jackson.
Is that the cutoff?
That's the cutoff.
Got it.
72. Anything under 72, man, it's over with. Vehicles won't start. You know, they got to plug their diesel engines in, the heaters. And
It's on the very, very end. It has a
Why
little.
don't you grab one and you can
Okay.
show them?
I'll be back.
Well, big movie fan, 18. I appreciate you coming in, and I hope that whenever the doctor comes in there, it ain't nothing but good news. I hope they look you right in the square eyeball, hairy eyeball, and say, "Man, I don't even need to see you no more. You're in that good of health. Just go on and get up out of here."
All right, here we go, Lord Shadow. Light. Whoop. That was the little thing. So the light end.
You'll find that in your bag too, Arvin.
The end where you click it on.
Once it touches the floor, it's out the door.
You unscrew it, and there's where you put the batteries
Boom,
in.
battery compartment.
Slide
Now,
it back in.
if you put it in there, let me demonstrate. If you put the 3 batteries in, as you know, I'm quite sure the spring side always gets the negative. Always. That's where your negative on your battery goes. When you put it in and you turn it back on, if it doesn't come on, pull it out and flip it over, because these are very directional. You can set them in wrong and they won't work. But we did test every single light. I tested every light, and they each one work great. And they're actual UV lights too.
So that's how you do it.
A negative temp equals negative Zaxxon. 8 degrees in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Actually, you know, Flower Gold Wizard has that a little bit of an accent, but not super heavy.
No, really, he doesn't. Daniel Gothier, welcome.
All right. Wish me luck. Winning numbers are number 9 and number 3.
Okay, Hearts of Gold, Karen. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. There is several people that I cannot comment on their shorts. I can't comment on MamaBird shorts
And I can't his.
off my phone. Now, if I go on a PC, I can comment. But off of our Apple phones, I can't comment on her shorts. I can't comment on Carl Miller Outdoor shorts. And I could up to about 3 days ago, and then now it won't let me comment on Carl's shorts. It'll still let, if I get my laptop out or if I use our big PCs, it'll let me comment on them still. But off the phone, I don't know if it's Apple and whatever platform that YouTube uses isn't compatible. But after a while, it quits letting you. And then all of a sudden, you'll try it. So keep trying, because sometimes I can try on MamaBirds and it'll let me. But most of the time it won't.
What does this mean?
Refocher says it's a mod glitch. Well, see, the weird thing is on MamaBird, on my channel, is not just a mod. She's also a channel owner. I put her in, set her up as a channel owner, and vice versa. So it's like I'm not able to comment on my own shorts. It's weird. I mean, don't know. I think that's only on our phones. Everything else that we tried on the tablet, it'll work.
Morning, Dorothy.
So everything else we tried on it works fine, but on our phones it doesn't work.
I got a ticket.
You want a ticket?
That's better than nothing.
A ticket? A straight up ticket?
Straight up. I got one left and I'm doing it.
Do it. Just do it. They want to see. They want to see you win the $5,000. If it's a $5,000 winner, you'll see the camera drop. She'll be off to the lottery office.
$12 and $7. Nope. Nope.
Daniel says you're supposed to wear shorts, not comment on them. Look at this. Look, it is.
Daniel got jokes.
It's 10:41 in the morning, and Daniel has already had enough caffeine in him that he's bringing jokes.
Wah, wah, wah.
Should I put butterflies in the boxes I'm sending out? Well, possibly. You'll have to put some nectar or something in there. Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of dead butterflies.
Wait, who said that?
Lord Shadow.
He said I made them myself. Yes. I want a Lord Shadow butterfly.
MamaBird would love to have a Lord Shadow butterfly.
Loser.
We've got a Lord Shadow drawing here.
Hey now. Look what you did.
Booyah! Flutterby, said Daniel.
Alright, these are yours. Set them over there where you can reach them. Here's your dirty quarter. Just for you, dirty quarter.
Yeah, none of our videos are tagged just made for kids. They're all tagged no kids.
When I tried to, was it Karen's that I tried to get on? It wouldn't let me get on there because it was something kids. I don't know. What?
What am I doing here? Scratching a lotto ticket? Did you know that
I see what you're doing.
as I scratch that, it expands and contracts the screen?
Here, would you like
I
this?
gave the screen a heartbeat.
Use that. I totally forgot I had that. Now I got lotto scratchings all over my phone.
So if I get a 6 or a 14, I got a winner.
Woohoo!
And I got to reveal the word.
No, if you get a cash amount in that.
Oh, well, I didn't get a cash amount.
You
I
did
got
not.
clover.
I got a crown, a cherry.
Well, this one's
a ring.
broke. I want to take it and trade it in for
It
one
broke.
that's not broke.
A boat. It goes in the boat pile. Holy cow! We have 33 amazing folks hanging out while we drink tea and coffee and have crumpets and just visit. This is pretty fun though.
It is. It's a good time.
No stress, no nothing, no getting my sleeves wet yet.
Nobody really says they want to see a coin collection.
Well, by coin collection, if you mean the pile of Wheaties and dirty quarters I
Oh,
have
you
up
know,
there.
it would
No.
take too long to show you. She's got so many Wheaties, and she's got a coffee can full of Indian head pennies and the steel pennies, and she used to really be into collecting the penny things.
It's because my dad did.
And her dad was huge into it, and then she's got a sack full of foreign coins too.
I don't know where he came up with all of those.
And they're from the, most of them are from the early 1900s, from like 1912 up to like 1940s. All the foreign coins are. She's got a full, like, a quarter of a bank bag full of them. But we do have a lot of. We're getting more and more, but we
Pam
do have
said
a lot
hang
of
on to
silver
those. Jess said this is a good live to crochet to. Jess needs no reason to crochet. And she's pretty darn talented and amazing.
Gail, yeah, do you see what Gail says? She's sitting with a coffee in front of her fireplace, and she's procrastinating.
I love it. It's a good procrastination day.
Snow days were made for procrastination.
I don't know what that is, so I don't think so, Stephen. He said, does MamaBird have any V-nickels?
Z nickel? Zinc?
V.
V nickel. Yes, we got some V
What
nickels.
does that stand for? Victory?
Well,
Code V at work never
They call
means
them
victory.
V nickels. The V is a Roman numeral, which
Oh.
signifies 5.
Gotcha.
You know, remember the whole XI?
It's here.
Title IX?
Oh, yeah. On her training.
So they do vector training up where MamaBird works at. And a few years back, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they entered a brand new segment, and everybody, the whole district wide, I'm talking, there was directors that was calling it this, and they were saying, has anyone looked at that new Title IX? And I went, what? The new Title IX. And I said, show it to me. And I said, you mean Title IX? Oh, they said.
Light bulb.
Yeah, boom. That's a loser too.
Daniel asked where the GP and MamaBird coffee cups were. They're around
We got them.
somewhere.
I got to get another cup of coffee here in a minute, and I may use one of them. I got nothing but losers. These are nothing but GP tickets. You bought a whole bunch of GP tickets.
I love this heart rock. This came from Lord Shadow. If you guys have not went and checked out his stuff, he's a famous artist.
Very famous artist.
He's done stuff for
I
presidents.
mean, he's not
got stuff in the
macaroni art on the refrigerator famous, but you know, the Smithsonian, you know, he's kind of famous.
Okay, Lord Shadow has something in the Smithsonian, but like GP said, it's not macaroni giraffe on the refrigerator art.
My mama
level.
kept that there till the macaronis fell off.
But I do love this heart. Oh, Bacchus, I hope we slam the Morels this year.
And the thing is our morels here usually
Chloe
we start
Monster did
finding
good.
them late February. They're little big guys.
Itty.
We save when they're small like that. We usually won't pick them. We let them grow up. But MamaBird always picks a few, and she puts them in the little vials, like our little gold vials. She'll drop them down in there, and let them dry out naturally like that. But by late March, they're big. By April, ooh-wee! April is when we tear it smack up.
Bacchus says if we
Hundreds
get
of 'em.
extras, he's got postage. Morning, Nick Molnar.
Nick Mona's in the house. How you feeling today, Nick?
Hey, Zaxxon just posted Lord Shadow's link, and he's only 23 away from 100 subs. Go
We got
over there and do
34
that.
people in here. You
We
know,
can
if
fix
it's
you
the
up.
right 34, he could be at 100 before he ever got out of this chat.
I love it. Go check him out.
Butterflies away.
Butterflies away. Well, go get that coffee, Nick.
Well, yeah, get that coffee. He said he needs to get some work done too. It's snow day for us, so
Snow day.
there's a lot of stuff I could be doing.
Jessica said that you said crochet day wrong.
A crotchet day?
Crotchet. He calls it crotcheting, not crocheting.
That's the way. It's phonetics. If you sound the word out, it's crotchet. It's not crochet, it's crotchet.
Terrible.
Phonetics.
Jessica said just sit over there and look pretty. She didn't say that.
Daniel says coffee.
Nice. Angie and Rick.
I like that, Melithion.
What?
Faux, not ticks.
Just like antique. Well, we do have all kinds of amazing folks.
So
hanging out
I'm going
in
to
here.
set this tablet down, and I'm going to go get another cup of coffee. Would you
Awesome.
like anything?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Later, Steven. Have fun with
Steven?
your granddaughter.
Steven Stark. Yeah, enjoy that grandkid, man. Come on with it. Oh, I'm going to go get some coffee. I'm going to walk in front of the camera one time. Stop. Just stand here. Nobody can see. And keep going.
Last weekend, we went to our granddaughter's first birthday and our grandson's third, her brother. And actually, her first birthday is today. Mima loves you, my little peach. And we went to this play place. Kids running everywhere. There's a specific area just for the really young ones that I was going to take her into. And it's got this big, what looks like a gate, bunch of plastic gates hooked together. And Mima was not smart enough to figure out the toddler gate. A toddler had to open it for me and show me how to get in there. It was terrible. Thank you, Jess. I hope they're enjoying their snow day too. They went to Build-A-Bear yesterday with Mommy and Daddy. But that birthday party, oh man, having those babies is for the young folks. They were 100 miles an hour the whole time. It was great. Best part was, she turned her little cute unicorn cake into 10,000 pieces. And Mima and Papa, we just got to go, bye. And Mommy and Daddy had to clean all that up. It was awesome. They did good though. Bye, Nick. Bye, OG Rocker. Definitely gonna stay warm for sure. Right, Angie? The mom looked at me like, she likes to help. And I said, well, I appreciate it because I was holding the baby. And I didn't want to try to step over it and end up on my head. That's right, Daniel. Spoil them and run. For sure. I hear GP coming. Getting his uranium coffee cup. Actually, he might have switched and got a GP cup. I don't know.
I did.
Yep, he did. He got a Gentleman Prospector.
I switched. I switched cups. Oh, yeah. Booyah.
You want to smell my peach tea?
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
He's not a fan.
I love tea.
It does smell good, though. It's called Perfectly Peach.
But that stuff
No,
that you
Perfect
drink,
Peach.
that's not tea.
You just like that diabetes tea. Blech. I prefer bark water myself. No sugar in that.
This is fun. Much better than the stuff that mistress keeps writing in the background.
What? What?
Woo-wee.
Absolutely, Gail. They wore me out. Those kids were 100 miles an hour the whole time. And then they threw sugar in the mix.
Yeah. So our three-year-old
I just read
grandson,
that.
come on, Papa, and would take off. And this was a big indoor facility. It's a play area. It's really nice, but it's huge. What it was it was an old warehouse that somebody's converted into a playground for the kids in a good, safe, controlled environment. But man, the energy, he would take off and run from one end of that thing to the other going, come on, Grandpa, come on. And Grandpa, I'm back there going, no, not going to happen. I'll follow you, but that whole run thing, the only way you're going to get me to run like you're running is if there's gold at the other end over there. If there's an inside bin and I see MamaBird going, GP, I hit then I'm gonna run. I'm gonna give it all out, give it all I got, and go for it.
That's right. And Papa OCD over here was tidying up, and there's like tables with trains and blocks and sensory stuff everywhere, and OCD Papa was over here picking everything up just in time for the 3-year-old to come and dump it all back out again, and we were just watching from a distance laughing. GP was like,
there was a group of young men there that was in my Royal Rangers group, church group, that
Bye,
I
Gene.
used to be
Thanks
their
for hanging
commander,
out.
their leader, when they were little guys like that. For 17 years, I was in there with these young men. They all turned out to be great young men. Don't know how. I had nothing to do with it, but they all, which our son's one of them, and they were all sitting back saying, wonder how long it's going to take Commander Ken's eye to start twitching and he's going to start cleaning everybody's messes up. And, you know, unfortunately, they were all right. They nailed it. They knew Commander Ken. That's what they all called me, was Commander Ken.
hey, look at that. 5 away from 350 subs. Nobody really. They got their link in there. Go check them out.
Booyah, there it is.
We have awesome people in here. It's totally free to go sub. Totally.
Anything free is worth saving up for.
That's right. Zaxxon's probably saving up for another Missouri snow globe so he can have one for each hand.
Yeah, he needs to drop that snow globe and just let it shatter. And then the snow will go away. Take his blower.
Awesome, Gail. Well, let's see. Are we 3 hours apart from Curmudgeon, Alaska?
They're 3 hours behind us.
Behind us?
Yes.
Okay. So when we start, Sarah and I start tonight, what time will it be there? We start at 4?
1-ish.
That's not bad.
No. It's 7 a.m. there right now.
Nice.
So
I bet she didn't
I got a
appreciate
phone call
me
from Rob yesterday.
texting her.
And Rob may be on to something.
I hope he is.
He got my heart pumping from what he described when he went down to check his well, get some water and stuff. You know, it's freezing there. They're in Alaska. And he found something. He always takes his bucket and pan every time he goes down there because, hey, you know what? He's going to the creek. Just we'll take your pan with you.
Right.
Well, see, he couldn't wait. He got back. He calls me on the phone, and at first, he's like a kid in a candy store. His conversation is going in like 5 different directions. You think I should build a trommel? Here, take a look at this picture. You think I should?
Love it. That enthusiasm.
Yeah, that enthusiasm. I love it too because that's just exactly the way that I am. So, long story short, I do believe from knowing the little tiny bit of geology in his area that I know, and that's only from him telling me where it's at, and knowing the geology in Alaska, but knowing how to find gold and how to source gold, and what he was showing me, I think Rob may have be onto something.
I hope he is.
I think he's maybe onto something big. I'm talking life-changing. So,
I hope so.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
That would be awesome. So, does anybody else have a couple buckets of material from No Tellin' Creek that's just screaming their name right now? Because this guy does.
It's a sickness.
It's a sickness. It's a gold fever. I got it. I know.
Yep.
I'm
It's happening.
Up. That's right. That's right. So I've got 2 1/4 buckets left that I have to clean up. We was going to, here's how this live started this morning. We're sitting there and we're having our first cup of coffee of the morning about, 5:15ish a.m. And I said, and it's snowing outside.
Morning,
and
Heath.
we know it's snowing outside because we're watching it snow outside. Not outside, we're watching it snow outside through the security cameras in the room. We're watching the security cameras and watching the snowfall, Hey, it's pretty. And I told MamaBird, I said, you know what? we could go get up underneath the canopy that we have set up out back, and we could set a table up, set a sluice up, and we could run, some material in the snow, have the camera in the background where it's showing the snow falling and us sluicing. And Mama Bird said, or we could just do a good morning coffee chat with GP and Mama Bird.
Much warmer.
Yeah, much warmer, yeah. The last time we was out there, my hands got cold.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Heath Doty's in the house, and he says he may have 20 gallons ready.
Heath Doty!
William, he asked if you have a gold detector.
Yes, we do have a gold detector. We have several gold detectors. To be quite honest with you, when you're saying gold detectors, we have pinpointers, we have metal detectors. Somewhere I probably even have some dowsing rods in there. Anything that will help us find gold, we probably have. But we got some really, really, really good, very sensitive metal detectors that work awesome for finding gold.
Sounds like you better get after. Gail said she's got 10 videos already shot, maybe 15. Kind of overwhelming. You go, Gail!
Get it, girl!
Hearts of Gold said that they're running out of material, may have to hit Carl up, but somebody said don't hit him too hard, he's withering away. That's because he's been dieting and exercising.
He's trying to get into that mankini.
I hope ATC lets him borrow it.
I don't know. I think that Spark Chasers got it back.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I think Stoney took his mankini back. I don't think ATC has it no more.
Super cool. Rustic Redhead has 3 buckets from the Lucky Strike to go through.
Very nice. Very nice.
Our son has a bounty hunter. He likes it. Uh-oh. First alert weather. Snowfall totals.
Well, if you're looking for a metal detector, Rufotrus, if you're looking for a metal detector that will actually find gold, you can hit me with an email and I can turn you on to some not name brand ones that will actually find gold. The key is VLF. VLF is your friend, and you want a very high. VLF stands for very low frequency, but you want a high frequency VLF. Anything above 13 megahertz will pick up gold. Actually, anything above 7 megahertz will pick up big gold. If you got like a 1 gram gold nugget, it'll pick it up. Anything below that, you can hang it up, and most of your metal detectors, that they just won't pick gold up. They'll pick gold rings up, but a lot of them will. But that's because most of the gold rings will pick up aren't pure gold. They're gold plated, and stuff like that. They're great for zincs, coppers, stainless steel, non-ferrous stuff other than gold. But the higher in the frequency of the VLF that you go, the more sensitive they are. MamaBird uses a Goldbug 2, and that's 73 megahertz on a VLF frequency. That's the highest that I'm aware of. That's the highest there is on a VLF detector. And it will pick up the tiniest little fleck of gold. And we have tested it, we have found with it, and then the one that I use is the 24K Gold Master 24K. And it also has a black sand detector on it. I can flip it to the black sand mode, and I can track black sand. And I can actually pick up gold in the black sand. Mine is 58 megahertz, so it's a little bit lower than hers, but mine's easier to ground balance because it's not as high as hers. So if we're in an area that's got a lot of hot rocks, a lot of mineralization, a lot of iron deposits, that stuff, we use mine more than we do hers.
Yeah, because you're going to wear yourself out digging every single little thing. It's so sensitive.
Yep, hers is very sensitive. But if we're in an area that doesn't have a lot of hot rocks, we'll absolutely use hers. Mine too will pick up the tiniest, smallest little gold flecks, and there is a lot of them out there. I bought one. Me and MamaBird was going kayaking, and she wanted to take our magnet fishing stuff, and she wanted to take a metal detector. And I was like, yeah, we're not taking $1,000 metal detector in a kayak. Sorry, not happening. So I went on Amazon and said, cheap metal detector, right? That's cheap adult metal detector on Amazon. I got this thing, I think, shipped to my house for like $30. I'm thinking this is, this thing will be lucky if it picks anything up. We get it home. We break it out, start using it before we ever got it out in the river, but we start using it at home, checking it out, and it's picking stuff up. So MamaBird's like, I wonder if it'll pick gold up, and I'm like, no way. I give $30 for this thing. It ain't gonna pick gold up. So we break out our gold collection, and we started with a gram nugget. It picked it up. We went down to a 3/4 gram. It picked it up. We went down to a 1/2 gram. It picked it up. We went all the way down to a 0.1, I think it 0.16 gram or 0.18 gram nugget, and it picked it up, but it wouldn't pick up tiny flecks or anything smaller than that. So for $30 off of Amazon, I got a metal detector that'll actually pick up gold. It's like, this is crazy. And she uses that every time we go to the lake or the river or we're in the boat. She always takes that thing with her. And she's found all kinds of cool stuff with it, just we never video.
Mostly old beer tabs.
Oh yeah, we found a lot of beer tabs with it.
But my main detector, that thing, when we very first started using it, and I'm still learning, ground balancing is kind of hard for me. And we were at a tot lot, and first the grommets were just everywhere, which was frustrating. So I moved out more like towards the picnic play area. And I got this excellent sound, and I'm like, this is it. I've got it. In my mind, I had this fabulous gold ring or whatever. And it was the tiniest, I'm talking micro tiny sliver of a Capri Sun bag.
Yeah,
and those sound so much like gold.
And that's just it. You've got to develop the ear for it too, because they will sound off different. I mean, I call them wobble pops. Mine makes a really distinct wobble pop whenever you hit gold with it.
Rufocha, shoot GP an email.
Me and Hopper was down at No Tell'em Creek last summer.
I know that place.
And Hopper just got a new metal detector, and he was checking it out, and it was picking, the bigger gold that we was finding. It was picking it up.
Yep.
And he said, break yours out, break out yours, GP. And he took mine and went down there, and that is where the reason we dug. It was that evening. The reason we dug in the spot that we dug in, where we found that 7 grams, because my metal detector was wobble popping like a big dog, and I got all excited, and I took a pan real quick, and it was just littered. The pan was just littered with micros. And we're leaving. This was the first night we got down there at evening. We just went up there to meet Hopper, and then we're headed back to the motel that evening, because we was going back to do ATC's auction that he was having. And we're headed back to the motel, and I didn't want to go. Mama was, we got to, or we're going to miss it, because we didn't have no phone signal, no nothing. I said, but look at this and listen to this. So we went back the next day, and I dove straight down. Now I went down. Granted, I went down a little over 5 feet deep. It took all day, but when I hit that bedrock, ooh-wee! Wasn't that something?
Yes, it was.
That's the best day that we've ever had in the state of Missouri digging gold. And the thing is, I guarantee you I can trench that through there, because I dug up, me and Hopper did the last time we was there, is in a lateral line with that. And if we trench from that spot to that spot, I guarantee you that there's a old drop off or something there that's just holding on to that gold. I mean, it good stuff.
Wobble pop. A soda-based drink spiked with spirits. I lost my fucking wobble pop again. Oh. Hearts of Gold says they have a Garrett carrot, but need a detector to go with it. Cringe. Don't you have a metal detector coming from ATC from Owen?
From October.
It's stuck in
Mel
Canada.
is slow.
In Canada.
Yeah, Mel is slow from Canada. Yeah, I want a metal detector of sorts. I think a metal detector and pinpointer.
Thank you. Nobody really. Somebody.
I've got an excellent pinpointer. It's a Nocta that my friend gave me for my birthday present last year, and I love that. I love that Nocta pinpointer. Now, I've never used a Nocta metal detector, but everybody I've seen use them says they're great. But that Nocta pinpointer, it'll pick up pretty good little gold deposits. And the thing is it'll pick up heavy sand deposits too, black sand.
Nice. I seem to have lottery ticket stuff stuck all over my phone.
I've seen somebody, hey, Jason E. Minor.
He's been hanging.
Howdy, pal. I just noticed. I must have been getting more coffee.
He said, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I said, keep it there.
Yeah, no. Somebody, Jason.
Karen's awesome. She is everywhere.
You need to get in your vehicle and drive on down to Zach's and take that Missouri snow globe that he's got that he keeps shaking and bust it.
Well, good morning, Nick Martino.
No more snow. We got so much snow and ice out there right now, and we're expecting more snow and ice right now. What am I looking for?
I said I just greeted Nick Martino.
Nick Martino!
A biblical blizzard. You keep it there.
Yeah, Nick Martino, it's all urine, PP.
Daniel said, there's the good cup.
While I do have 2.25 buckets of material left to go through, that's all I got. And that ain't gonna last me long. So I've got to get back to the creek. And right now, I can't dig at the creek. It's frozen. The ground's frozen.
Nick said they want to ride, just want enough so they can ride their snowmobile. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, snowmobiles are good. Daniel says, there's the good cup. On the good cup, GP with the MamaBird stuck with me.
Hobo Rob said he's gotten signals with his Harbor Freight detector, dug the area and found gold. I think it was picking up the black sands. That's awesome.
That could be. And you know, the thing about, there is a lot of the cheaper brands out there, and I say cheaper, and a lot of them aren't cheap.
Nothing's cheap.
No, none of them cheap. But there is a lot of off brands, that's probably better to say, out there that are every bit as good, and some even better, than your top name brands. Mm-hmm. That's like I was saying.
And it really depends on your area.
That little cheap $30 detector that I got off of Amazon, and we should do a video on that.
Yeah. We
should. I mean, I can't do it. I would do it, pull it out, because it's right there in that closet. I've got more metal detectors in that closet than you can think of. I even got a bounty hunter in there. And that was one, you know, like most people, that was my very first metal detector, was a bounty hunter. And I've never found gold with my bounty hunter, ever. But I found lots of other stuff with it. Now, with that, the little cheap one that we call MamaBird's river detector, it's simple to use. It's a one button thing. Basically, you turn it on and but it'll tell you what it is. And every time when we was testing it, you know, with the gold nuggets, and we graduated down, we started big and went small. And every time that it would sound off, it would hit the gold. 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 And then so we tried it with money. And so it was like nickels and quarters, and it would go to quarters and nickels, and then it would go to pennies, and it was like, this thing is amazing, and we give like $30 for it, and there is absolutely no name on this detector, and I have tried to find it again because I was going to buy another one. You know, this thing works really good. It's $30. You know, I'm going to get another one. I can't find it again. I don't even. You know, it's like maybe they figured out every time that I even went back to purchase the last purchased on it, and I click on it, it pulls a different detector up. So maybe they figured out, hey, this detector works better than we thought, because the one it pulls up is like $130, which is still cheap.
That would be awesome, Nick. Good morning, Cottonwood. Welcome.
Cottonwood
Did you see what he said? Kids in Europe find 500-pound bombs with a bounty hunter. MBT, welcome. No, we are not from Texas. We are in Missouri.
We're representing the 24th state in the Union.
Okay,
the state
Joseph.
Of Missouri.
He said, I tried to join to test my link. It must not match this stream. I even updated StreamYard. You're right. That link is only good for the Valentine's Live.
Yep, the link that we sent you is only good for that night, that live. Each on StreamYard, each live that we create has its own separate link. I don't know who MBT is. I gotta check out their channel.
Oh yeah, Nick, I would love to find Meteorite as well.
Well,
I think
welcome,
that stuff
MBT.
is awesome.
I'm on your channel right now. You got 24 subscribers. You got 25. I'm gonna take a chance.
Welcome, welcome.
And I want to hit subscribe to MBT. They've got some content out there. Look like they're just getting started. They're fairly new to it, and that's great. A lot of gaming content. We have
lots of gamers.
Yeah, we have a lot of gamers in here as well. So, yeah.
This community is pretty eclectic.
There you have it.
There's Brother PA. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dan.
No,
How are
sir.
you today?
It's a snow day. They closed school, and it is not my turn to be there to shovel. So Mama Bird's at home drinking hot tea.
Snow day equals vertical live.
Woo!
And you know who absolutely loves vertical live?
PA.
PA. He loves them. That's his favorite. If anybody ever wants to invite PA to a live, make it a vertical. He loves the verticals, man.
PA, guess what? The one, the only, Joseph Knowlton is going to be up on panel on our Valentine's Live.
Friday.
It's going to be awesome.
He's coming on. Joseph's coming on. I think Meg is coming in. I think Carl's going to be here. There's no telling who all's going to be here. You never know. You never know.
You
who's
never
gonna
know.
Pop in. You never know.
There could be like 1, 2, 3, or 4.
You know what would
4,
be
as
awesome
Karen
to have?
says. 4.
I was going to say the trifecta.
That would be 3.
Yeah.
The Karen trifecta.
So
that would be awesome.
we got to get the Karens to say 3, because there's an R in 3. D.
You're right.
D. Dwee. I bet it's substituted with the W. Dwee.
Did you see what PA said? Daniel said 4 and tree.
Yeah, I figured he'd say something like that. I figured it'd be way rougher than what he said, actually, because I know what Dan feels about the vertical lives. And honestly, I don't care a lot for vertical lives myself, because most of the time when people do vertical lives or pop-ups, it's not a planned thing, and you've got your phone, you're not sitting in front of your computer. Now, if you're on a computer, a vertical live's not bad. But when you're on your phone and you're looking at a vertical live,
Yep.
Everything is mixed up. You can't see half of what the people's doing because the chat's in there and it cuts off the screen, and I get it, yeah. But everybody says that vertical lives are the way to go. They draw a bigger audience, yada, yada, smack a rack. And this was easier because I could just throw my phone on a tripod and hit go live.
Angie and Rick said, what time is the live? Hopefully they'll be back from the reenactment by then.
I think that it's 6 o'clock.
Pretty much me too, PA.
I would have to look. Let me look for it, and I'll drop a link in there. In order to do that, I got to go over here to MamaBird's channel.
And I'm pretty sure everybody is already subscribed, but...
MamaBird has 526 subscribers.
Woohoo! But you need to be subscribed by the end of today.
By 6 o'clock today.
By 6 o'clock today.
After
or it's
that,
cut off.
Yep, you won't be able to participate. You can watch it. You just can't participate in it.
Yep.
It is
and we've got some
6 o'clock
amazing stuff that you guys are going to want.
Time, 6
to
o'clock
check out.
Central, which makes it 7 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
Which makes it 3 o'clock Alaskan time. Which makes it 2 o'clock on the West Coast.
Sure. Just post the link and then they can figure it out. How about that?
I can do that. Yeah, if you go
Morning,
to
Snap and
it,
Scavenge.
it'll tell you on your time zone what it is. Let me copy that link one time there, and then I'll just back up here, and then I'll back up again. I'll go in there, There we go.
Good morning, Dina.
I can pop that link in here and hit paste.
Honestly, Dina, we could use a few days off because of that
And there it is.
flu to just keep everybody separate for a little bit.
And I'll even pin it, that way it stays in there. Which pinning messages makes vertical lives even worse, because then the pin goes whoop and drops down in front of where you post a message at.
You know what, Beverly? Rustic Redhead? I would love that. She said, I need a Valentine for Friday Night's Live. You think Megadog would be my Valentine?
Oh,
aww,
snap.
I love that.
I tell you what. I'm going to ask you, Bev, do you want to come on panel Friday with Joseph Knowlton, me, MamaBird, and I think Mega's coming on panel too.
If he doesn't have to work,
If he doesn't have to work. But I have Mega's phone number. I can send Mega a message and ask him, and say, hey, Bev wants you to come on channel. If you want that to happen, I'll make it happen. I can send you the link so that you can use your phone, even whatever device you have with a camera on it. You can come on. It's as simple as clicking the link, and boom, you're on stage, on panel.
Okay. She said she's just kidding.
That's not happening, she said. That's a hard no.
So,
but yeah, I tell you what Megadog's done.
He is doing something special
on our Valentine's Live, MamaBird's 500 subscriber giveaway live. He is giving away two special Valentine's bags just for the ladies. Guys ain't allowed to participate in it. It's ladies only.
I like it. Thank you, Megadog. Okay, so Refotris said, good thing they checked because they have been unsubscribed. That happens to me a lot.
Yep, and it's nothing to do with you.
He said maybe it's because he doesn't comment. I get unsubscribed to people that I interact with daily.
Yep, it's a YouTube thing. It's a fail on YouTube. I don't know why it does
For a little bit, it kept unsubbing me from PA, and we go back and forth.
It unsub me. It not only unsubbed me, it unmembershiped me from ATC.
That's right.
I got a note, and if it hadn't been for the unmembershipping me, I would have never known. I got a notice in my email. I was checking my emails, and it said, your subscription to All Things Country has been canceled. And I went, what the hell? Who canceled that? So I went on there and checked. Sure enough, I was unsubbed, and my subscription had been canceled. So I had to renew the subscription and resub. And I got a hold of ATC. I was like, hey, man, do you know anything about this? He's like, no, but you're not the only one that's done that too. I've had others tell me it's done it too. So it must be a thing.
Zaxxon says, #male discrimination again. Yep, same here, Snap and Scavenge. It goes up and down, up and down. I'm still figuring that stuff out too.
Well, Zaxxon could dress up like a girl and change his channel to I Was Zaxxon. And then he'd be eligible.
See? Working it out for you. Yeah, Nick, I've been gifted membership channels when I'm not on there either, and I just get the email or the notification that says that. That's another thing. I have so many notifications turned on, and sometimes I don't get them at all, or sometimes I get them 24 hours after that has already happened.
We're laying in the bed the other morning, like Saturday morning, and this is like 4 a.m, and MamaBird's phone goes off, bling, and a lot of times she'll wear her smartwatch to bed, and she looked at it and she said, I just got a notification that you're going live. I went, what? And she went, yeah, it says Gentleman Prospector's live. This was Saturday morning, and it was notifying it about the Monday night live the week before. And she just gets the notification a week later.
So, I don't put a whole lot of stock in that.
Yeah, no, their notification system sucks.
Joseph said he plucks the dueling banjo. It's hard telling, Karen, but I'm sure there will be some.
Spring, summer, fall. Wonder how many YouTube hiccups are going to hit. Yeah,
Good morning,
right?
A&M. Welcome.
A&M.
We're just hanging out. It's a snow day.
We're having some coffee.
I got to stay home and we're having coffee and tea and
We
crumpets.
had some crumpets. We got some crumpets left. Does anybody want a crumpet? Just go right ahead and reach in and grab one. You're welcome to them.
Bye, Dina. We also scratched off some.
Dina said she's
Scratcher
off
tickets.
next week. She's on.
Sweet.
I think she's got a vacation next week.
Daniel said he's waiting for Hearts of Gold live. Get it. Do it.
That would be awesome. I want to see that. I think that Hearts of Gold. I think they found some more gold in their groundhog.
I saw
and they're
that.
panning it out. Yeah, I love that. That's great. That
Went
is
back
awesome.
for it.
You know who else found more gold?
Challenge. Who?
Rob, Hobo Rob.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Actually, I think I saw
I
that.
told him that he was real close and told him what the amount was that I found, and he went back and looked, and there was still gold in the pan that he panned back out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Way to go,
So,
Rob.
yeah. Heck yeah. That's what it's all about, guys. This is so great. I mean, it's an empathy lab for prospectors. You know what it's like. I know there's no way that I could pick up material from where Rob's at and pan it out and get all the gold out of it the first go around. I would have to pan it and pan it and pan it, you know, because I'm not used to that material.
Right.
That's just the way it is.
That's the fun of the challenge.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Is our amazing manna coconut fish in here, or is it in there?
It's in there.
Okay, we'll wait.
It's all wrapped up, ready to go.
Oh, I was gonna show it off. We'll just use this one as a demo.
Well, it looks nothing like that one.
It's still a coconut fish.
It's all vibrant and
Just sit
different
there and
colors.
look pretty. Drink your coffee.
It is a coconut fish,
It
but
is.
it is not this coconut.
And did you see that he's now stepped it
Glow
up
in
a
the
notch?
dark.
Yeah, I thought that was
Glow in
such a
the dark
fun idea.
fish.
I love that.
How cool would that be? During the whenever we do the sluicing in the dark. Speaking of sluicing in the dark, we're going to be doing some sluicing in the dark on Valentine's Day.
So, Heath said, would it be possible for you to explain the groundhog thing again? Because when you guys are on talking about it, I've missed it, or I was either going to bed or snow plowing.
Okay, what the Groundhog Challenge was, or is, and is currently going on to the month of February, was, and we called it Groundhog because of Groundhog Day. What you do is you go out, you dig material that from one of your favorite spots, locations, wherever you can get to. I mean, the day that I dug mine, it was freezing cold, and I
I'm
hit
going to
a
go make another
deposit,
cup of tea.
and I filmed the whole thing, dug it up, brung back 2.5 buckets of material. I took a full bucket, ran it, and I filmed all this, ran it down the sluice at home, and then I would take, and I figured out how much would fit into a bag. And we used bags this size right here, is what we used. And it was 2 scoops, 2 full scoops of wet, nasty material would fit in there. So I take 2 scoops, put them on the sluice box, ran it down through there, and then I would clean the sluice out, clean the tellings out, pan it all out of them 2 sluice, and then I would, if it was a weighable amount, I weighed the amount of gold, and I wrote it down and took pictures. That way, it was a control study. If it wasn't a weighable amount, I counted the flecks. If I found no gold, I wrote no gold found. I mailed out 13 of these bags to different prospecting channels, and then the challenge was to see how much they could find. And for any other channels that wanted to get involved, and there's a lot of channels involved in this, to send them out as well and just tag us in them so that we could see what the results are. So it's kind of an empathy challenge of, here is the amount of gold that I usually get from one of my favorite spots. This is the way that I recover it. This is how much, you've got it written down. You just don't tell the people how much is in it until after they've panned it out. And the Flower Gold Wizard, he did really good. Careless and Aaron done really good. Hobo Rob did great. Karen did great. Carl did fabulous. Cuevas prospecting did great. And there's still so many out there that are sending the results in. And everybody so far is doing great. Missouri's pretty easy to pan. Missouri gold, except the fact that most of our gold is tiny micros. I mean, we've got micros here that are micro, as a lot of people are finding out as they slowly, and especially they're finding it out when they pan it and if they come in under. And it's like, well, you're close, but you know, you're 0.01 or 0.09 away from what I got, or 0.009 even, you know, milligrams away. So that's the fun of it. I know that Brad Hayden has gotten a couple of bags that he's going to do. I think Brad's coming on our show to pan them out. I don't know what, you know, he's welcome on any one of our lives. I don't know which one he's coming on them with, but that's basically the challenge in a nutshell. Empty chair or invisible? MamaBird has morphed into another being. She's right here. Y'all can't see her. This is MamaBird. Actually, I heard the door to the facilities in there, so I'd say that she had to use the facility. She's had a few cups of tea, so let's say it's running through her. Adventures in Michigan with Lisa. Had a crash, yeah. Casey, Ghost Mama, right here. Ghost Mama. No, she just got up and she said she'd be right back, and poof, she was gone. Her phone's still here. That's the way Momo does. A lot of times Momo will just go like that and he just disappears.
I'm back. I had to go make another cup.
I had to make another cup. That's what she was doing.
Got it.
No, you haven't missed out on the opportunity. And actually, your name, I put a list out when people ask me, well, who all's participating in it? What channels do I send this to? Because there was, you know, like Cuevas is one of them. Miller's another one. People ask me, who should I send it to? And I said, you know, dude, send it to whatever channel you want to, as long as they got a channel and it's somebody that'll actually film panning it out and participate. You know, there was a lot of us that wanted to send them to Wrench. Wrench would never have panned them out. They would have said on Wrench yourself, and next February he might have pulled it off and panned it out. But no, your name was on the list that I put on these other channels. So you don't know. You may get a bag. And there's a lot of them that has not even mailed the bags out yet. I mean, they're just now getting their material in. I know Rob got his material just the other day, and I think he's just getting ready to mail his out today or tomorrow. I think Carl's just went out yesterday. Cuevas just went out a few days ago. So a lot of people haven't even mailed them out yet. So you never know. And I'm not saying you're going to get one, but I'm not saying you're not either, because I know that the 13 that we mailed out, I've got the list right here. And the 13 that we mailed out went to Outdoor Wally, Miller Outdoors, Cuevas Prospecting, Careless Whispers, Adam Wees, Flower Go Wizards, Rocky Mountain Prospector Brad Hayden, Hearts of Gold Prospecting, Gold is Where You Find It, Gene Cloth, Hobo Rob, Wildcat Prospecting, and Stony Creek Spark Chaser. And what we did was we took our top 50 channels that we consistently watch, which your name was on it, or that is consistently that we know are prospectors that are always in our channel, and we wrote numbers on paper and we drew them out of the hat, and these are the 13 that we drew out. Yep,
morning, Lisa.
We actually drew out 20, but we only had enough material to make up 13 bags.
So you were busy reading, and I had been sipping on my tea, which had cooled way down. I just went and made another cup and came in and tried to drink it like it was that cool tea, and I'm pretty sure that I might have looked like Hazel when she bit through the cord. It's so hot.
You got hot tea?
I burnt my lips off.
You didn't cook it cold. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And
Hey,
the
Ringo and
ideal
Czar.
behind these challenges, and I think Hobo Rob has got a really good challenge set up for next month.
Did you see what-
But and the ideal behind these challenges is there's a lot of us prospectors, me included, that during these dark, cold, short winter months, we get to jonesing for to go prospecting and nothing to do, and we just the ground's frozen. We don't really want to get out there and dig, and that's part of the challenge on the Groundhog challenge.
Mhm.
I mean, you guys can watch the video. I had to break through ice to just get to where I was going, and to cross the creek, and I got her done though. I found a spot. It's a spot where close by a spot where I've gotten gold at in the past, and I knew it was gold producing area, but where I'm at, from the winter floods, the river has changed so much. Mama Bird's wanting to go. She wanted to go, last week after I got home, and she was seeing the gold I was pointing at. I said, "Let's go back right now." And I'm like, I froze to death. You don't understand. I mean, it can be 85 degrees outside, and she gets cold hands and cold feet. So
That's
I
weird.
told her, I said, you don't want to go down there right now. Standing in that water is cold. And your hands, they go numb, your face go numb, and plus I didn't have a coat with me. It was
It's
warm
Missouri.
it
You
was
don't
warm
leave
when
the
I
house.
left the house though.
You need a coat and a pair of shorts and flip flops spare. Did you see what Heath said? He said he didn't make the cut because he keeps talking about giving Mama Bird more rocks.
Yeah, you was cut off. You made the cut. It was
Uh-oh.
just the off cut.
I lost the stream. There we go.
Sipping on straight chlorine.
I like that song.
Yep.
Lisa says, very awesome winter activity, GP. You got her done. He did. He put a lot of work into that.
It was fun, and it kept my mind busy.
He loved it.
It kept it out of a dark place, and because winter time can be a dark place for a lot of people, and we all know what it's like, and this is a way of saying, hey, you're not alone. Hang in there. Spring's coming, summer's coming, fun time's coming.
And then that lousy groundhog saw did or didn't do it? 6 more weeks.
I
That's
got a
what
hit
that
put out
groundhog.
on Puxatawny.
We're gonna take out that groundhog.
Yeah, my man PA, he's got him in his crosshairs.
Get on it, PA. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that at least one lip is burnt up.
Going to the Gym and Rock show in April. Gonna look for some goodies.
Sweet.
That's right, positivity. Keep your mind on something positive. I wonder if, after Lisa taking that fall and hurting her ribs
We
and
hope you
everything,
get better
yeah,
really fast.
I can't imagine, because it's freezing up there, and then if you just mash your hand when it's cold outside, it exacerbates it tenfold. So imagine falling off of a porch and bruising your ribs up like that, and ooh, no, I don't want no part of it.
No fun, Lisa.
Model train shows.
Oh, that's cool too.
I like to watch the model trains, and at our local Menards, which is like a big, it's a big hardware store basically. They have a lot of the model train stuff set up there, and I like to go up there and look through all the different ones. But no, we've never been to the model train show that I'm aware of.
I bet it's awesome though. What time of year was the Rock and Gym show that we went to in Joplin? That's not that far.
No, that was April, May. So well.
I'd like to go back to that. Somewhere I did an interview. I filmed it from a guy. Whatever happened to that? One of the guys that was in that rock show?
The card? Or whatever happened to what?
The video. I don't remember ever doing anything with it. We got permission.
I do not know.
It's lost.
It was your video. I had a video that I posted on it.
Chances are I probably didn't have the camera on.
That's
my hair
highly
in my mouth.
plausible.
I just got a spy of my mushroom pillows over there, and I see a Morel sticking out the top. It's almost time.
It's coming.
I'm ready. Oh man, she says, feel pretty rough. Gotta keep moving or you get stiff. That does happen for sure.
Crash says winter just started there. We've been hitting winter for several months now, and we're over.
Off and on.
We got basically a week, but there was 2 days that was beautiful. Got up in the 70s here. Got up in the 70s. It was amazing. And got some much needed yard work done. And the thing is that's the day that I should have went prospecting, was the day that I did the yard work. But I wanted to get that done first. And then the next morning I got up and left the house way too early. When I left the house, it's 46 degrees, saying that it's supposed to get up in the 60s that day. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be nice. And I just jumped in the truck and took off. 3.5, 4 hours later, I pulled into the creek. It's 23 degrees. And I reach over in the back seat. I'm like, well, it's going to be cold. To get my jacket, guess what I didn't bring? I didn't bring my jacket. So I'm digging around all to my backpack and everything in the back seat of the truck. And my saving grace was I had one of my Gentleman Prospector hoodies back there. And I put that on, and then I got out in my toolbox, and I found a pair of gloves. I put them on, which they weren't waterproof gloves, and they soaked the water up pretty fast. And when it's 23 degrees outside and you have gloves on, they turn into glove sickles, and you lose complete dexterity. But I still got it done. I made it happen. I was there a few hours digging and filming and having fun and panning, and as soon as I started finding gold in the pan, a lot of that coldness went away.
got that gold fever to warm you up. Oh man, Fran said that they postponed or rescheduled her other eye surgery. I know she was probably looking forward to just getting that done.
Camping and panning is a great time, broke down panner.
Absolutely.
It's a great time.
We're staring at our phones.
We got invited for next year to do some boondock camping and prospecting. We can't say who it's with yet.
I so hope we get to work
it's somebody that a lot of us out there just love, and we got a personal invite. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Yep, Broke Down says they want to live in Byron this summer.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Well, we plan on being in Byron.
That was one of the prettiest places that I've seen.
We're hoping to spend 10 days up there. We may not get to stay that long.
No, Nick, we haven't.
We're also wanting to go to Alaska this year.
Nick just asked if we have ever explored Alaska or Canada.
Nope, we haven't. But we got invited to go to Alaska and actually do some real boots on the ground prospecting in Alaska in a place that is known for gold, that in the early 19th century, 100 years ago basically, there was a claim there, and the way that I understand it, one of the claim owners got killed, another one got put in jail, and one of them disappeared. But they got in trouble because they got caught using hydraulics and it was illegal, and yada 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 yada. So the individuals that own this place, they want me and MamaBird to come up there and do some investigating and exploring. So, and I'm pretty excited about it because they've sent me some pictures and given me some information, and I really think that it's going to be a great trip.
Speaking of information, your boy, the indoor hunter, was telling me he was asking me if I'd ever seen some videos, and now I cannot think of the guy's name, but he had the boneyard, the ones that do the monitoring, and they found all of those dinosaur bones and tusks and all that stuff. I don't know how he got onto watching all that. I think he said it was a Joe Rogan podcast, but he was talking about how cool that was. If he's using a monitor,
he must be up in the Yukon somewhere.
We've seen that guy. They call it the boneyard. Him and his daughter do it, and they have the just rooms and rooms full of the cataloged bones and pieces. And I think it was Pioneer Polly that went and was working the monitor with
You
them.
haven't heard?
No.
I don't know.
I'll have to ask Trevor what it was.
Cash says when y'all need to meet up at Skookum Gold Camp. I'd love to go to Skookum. Carl's been to Skookum.
You buy and we'll fly.
Yeah. Skookum would be a great opportunity. That's a place where all you need to do is get there. You don't have to bring anything. They got everything.
That would be so cool.
You just show up. You show up with a smile. And I mean, they got all the equipment. They got the ATVs. They've got the sluices, the dredges, the high bankers, whatever you want to do, they have it.
That would be amazing. Was it Carl that said that he went there?
Yeah, Carl's been in Slocum, and Carl found a what was it? A 3-ounce gold nugget there.
Ounce?
Yeah, 3 ounce.
Like OZ.
Yeah, it fits. I've got pictures of it. It fits in the palm of Carl's hand like this. I believe he said 3 ounce. It's huge. It's freaking huge.
I did see that picture.
He was dredging.
What?
He found that dredging.
Are you kidding me? Hearts of Gold said our club is raffling off a trip to Skookum Saturday.
They are. Carl told me about it. Carl asked me if I wanted to buy tickets to it, and I told
What?
him. I told him no.
What?
I told him that the chances are that I would buy tickets, I would win, and that would make me feel bad because of all these people that live there in Maine and that deserve to go, that go to all the meetings and stuff, would not get to go, and here this Missouri boy comes in, swoops in, wins it, so
I get that.
I just wouldn't feel right.
I get that. That is super cool, though. Good luck to whoever gets that.
That's the Central Maine Gold Prospectors.
And we did not get to go. We got invited to do that, but there was just so much to do in so little time.
Yeah, I got to.
We were trying to be
I got
everywhere.
to meet everybody that is affiliated there with the Central Maine Gold Prospectors. Great group of guys. They do a lot. I know that Dave Peterson donated last year. Donated a bunch of adventure sloughs, and they took the kids out.
I
Carl
love that
did,
they do that.
and yeah, it was great. It was great.
That is 100% investing and giving back in the community with the young folks like that. Keeping it going. Daniel said 3/4 of the tickets were sold online to non-members anyway. Well, see there? Now you don't have to feel bad.
I still would have felt bad. The thing is I would have won, and then I would have donated it to somebody like Karen or somebody that is a club member there. And
Thank you,
I would
Broke
just
Down
give it
Painter.
to
He
them,
is.
and then I would have been mad at myself because I didn't get to go.
We still got 29 amazing folks hanging out in here and 51 likes. That's a win.
That's a win.
Win, win, win. Seriously though, when we were talking about the nitrates from the snow going into the ground, I hope that means we have a bumper crop of morel mushrooms.
It'd be great. And you know how it goes. It's going to depend on the weather from here through the middle of March.
Mm-hmm.
If we get really warm weather, and then it freezes up and cold again for a
That
week.
puts the kibosh on it.
Yep, that puts the kibosh on our morels.
That's a bummer.
But
that's happened.
If it just gradually warms up and then stays warm, and we get to springtime without all the freezing, because there's a lot of times here it can be, mid-April, and I mean, how many times has it snowed on your birthday? And I mean, not just snow. I mean, there's been March 15th is a big date for me because that's when snagging season opens, and I always go snagging for the big spoonbill. And I don't know how many hundreds of times, not just a dozen, but hundreds of times that I've woken up on March the 15th and there'd be 10 to 15 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah, we've seen them pull out, literally shoveling the snow out of the boat to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Right, Lisa? Morels are the best. Our oldest son and daughter-in-law, they are huge into mushroom hunting, not just morels. They hunt all kinds of stuff, and they have like a bucket list of things that they want to find. And they're so knowledgeable about everything, and they're very safe, and they found some super cool lion's mane, and I can't even remember all the names of these cool mushrooms. Ones that if you touch them, they're blue. They turn blue. I don't know. They're really good at that, and I love. We have drug our kids out. Well, they're neat looking. I wouldn't eat them, but we drug our kids out mushroom hunting from the time that they could be outside.
Yep. They could barely walk. They'd
and
have
then-
to take and carry them for
And then as they
miles
got
and
older, I
miles.
don't want to go.
And not just mushroom hunting. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
arrowhead hunting,
Arrowhead
mushroom
hunting,
fossil
fishing.
hunting,
Fossils.
whatever.
River,
Name it, outdoors. You
kayak.
know. Yeah, you get outside. Get outside. We got to get outside. We got to do this. And to the point to where when they hit their teenage years and they develop their own voice, I don't want to go. I don't want to do that. That's hard. I don't want to do that.
But they all came
But
full
now
circle.
they all do it. That's what they do, and you know they take their families out there and drag them through it, and that's what they do, you know, and it's great.
Keeping
it's
it
like,
alive.
Hey, just stuck in there.
Wow, that is so cool, Nick.
He says he's trying to put together a little thing with the Boy Scouts that used to be part of it growing up as a kid, and you never was a kid, Heath. And doing some painting. I just need to get some details worked out. That'd be pretty cool.
That's awesome. Good for
Lord
you.
Shadow does a lot of that with the kids.
He does?
With kids groups and with schools, with different organizations, and he does a lot of that with the veterans too.
He was just talking about the disabled vet thing where they are, I can't remember the name of the mine now, he said it, the claim, where they have volunteers come in and dig the material for the disabled vets that can't get in there to get it, and they can run it and
He
pan it.
invited us to come
Yes,
up
he
and do
did.
that, Mama Bird. He invited
There's so
us
many places I
to
want
go
to
to
be.
North Carolina and this year and do that with the vets. And you know, we've been to North Carolina, me and Mama Bird has, and you know, that's not out of the realm of thought. You know, that's something that is plausible later in the summer.
Our youngest one graduated at a boot camp in,
Basic training.
or basic, sorry, boot is
Marines.
Marines, our other son.
Basic is
Is
Army.
Army.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Nick. Part of the harvest and the satisfaction of finding your own mushrooms. So many people. I used to work second shift, and we'd get up butt crack of dawn, get out there, and we'd hunt mushrooms until it was time for me to go to work. And then I'd talk about what a great haul we had, and people wanted me to just give them to them. One, no, we were going to eat them. But two, that's a whole lot like work sometimes.
Broke down says all this outside talk makes me want to shovel out the door, right? And then Joseph comes in with, I'm apt to work Valentine's Day. No idea if so or when I'd be dismissed. Well, if so and when you get dismissed, we're still going to be live because you know how our lives go. And when we're giving stuff away, Mama Bird, it's hard to get her to shut up. She just talk. And it's, you know, our giveaways, we've had some giveaways last 5-6 hours. You never know. So we're still going to be in there. So, you know, we'll welcome you with open arms.
Anytime, Joe. Lisa, we have in the past, but usually we eat them faster than we can try to save them. Now, our son and daughter-in-law, they did a big batch last year in the new dehydrator that they got. And I don't know what happened, but they all molded and they lost over 300 morels.
I've hung them. I've kept them that
Yep,
way.
you can run
And
straight
then they
through them and hang them.
rehydrate. The best way that I found for me to keep the morels, because there's nothing like having fresh or morel mushrooms that you picked yourself with that very first backstrap of the year, backstrapping bacon, you know, off that deer in November. And morels are gone, well, long gone come November. But I take them, rinse them off, clean them up, get them ready, lay out wax paper, and this is a process, and spread them out on the wax paper, let them dry just enough that they're just barely damp, and then I'll take and put the sheet into the freezer and let them freeze, and then bag them and seal them. And
I think that's the best way.
yeah, that's the best way. That you're really, as far as taste goes, you can't tell that you didn't just pick them that day. They're great that way.
You know, Nick, that's great that you say that, because you can spend all of your time looking at the ground and wander onto them, but that is literally how we hunt. We look for the specific trees first that
Yep.
we know that they're around.
And
it's pretty much
being the
foolproof.
control freak, like MamaBird says, you know, whenever I would go out and first started hunting mushrooms
Right,
and stuff, people just they just randomly look to the woods, you know, like there's got to be a rhyme or reason. There's got to be something.
Even a blind
So
squirrel
I
finds a nut.
started writing all this down, every one, and I found where it was at, what it was next
Bye,
to,
Joseph.
the elements, the soil, all this stuff. I figured it out, and now I can go into the woods, look up in the woods, find a tree that might be 200 yards away, walk to it, boom, mushrooms are under it. And I've taught that to MamaBird now, to where she can identify the trees. All of our boys, they can identify the trees.
Yep.
And, you know, just walk right straight to them. Boom, there the mushrooms are. But the thing is, Nick says they eat them just as quick as they pick them. When we find a lot of times 300, 400, 500 at a time. And
but we also share.
We just can't eat that many
with
mushrooms. So we have to, you know,
Lisa, that's right. That's what my dad always said. I traipsed behind him as long as I could remember until I could drive and go find my own. And same, you know, depends on your view, but if you find one, there's probably more.
Oh yeah,
Amen, Nick.
They grow all over the place. And you know, we find Twinkies and triplets, and where they all grow out of the same
when they do that.
And
my favorite is when you find them in that cluster like that.
Yep. The soil has a lot to do with it, and a lot of times we found a couple places we go it's actually a place that I would love to prospect, but there's no prospecting allowed, none at this place. You can't even pick a rock up. If you pick a rock up there, MamaBird is already on a list in this place. Let's put it that way.
True story.
Yeah, and I had one of the
you pick up one lousy turtle shell and you're on a list.
Municipalities come up and put MamaBird on this list, and then turns and comes to me, and I'm going to.
We've told this before.
Yeah, like I'm going to discipline MamaBird more for. And all she was doing, she picked a turtle shell up and a piece of broken glass.
Yeah.
Just so nobody else would step on the glass, and that was it. But anyway, the guy turned to me, and I looked her right in the hairy eyeball and said, "If you're going to ticket her, ticket her. If you're going to arrest her, arrest her. Whatever you're going to do, get it done there, hand, because I'm done with this conversation, and you and I are about to get into a deeper conversation." And he was like, "Okay, I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to ticket her. I'm not going to do this," and let her go.
So on dry storage, Nick, I've never had good luck with that because they have so much moisture in them, and a tiny bit of moisture can lead them to be moldy and yucky. So we don't do that. And they're also so buggy.
I think a lot of it too is on drying them. Now, when I've hung them and dried them, they shrink up. Now, when you rehydrate them, they do blow up more, but they don't blow up.
They never get as big as they were.
Biggest side, and they still lose a little bit of that nutty flavor that they have.
Yeah, I think so too. It's not that they're bad.
No.
It's just that they're better, fresher. That fairy house thing that I did, there's a little dried morel on that, and that thing was huge. But it dried into like a ½ an inch thing. So, and I've made all kinds of craft stuff.
But the thing is
with those,
where you're at and the ones you're finding, you may have a technique that is far superior to anything we've ever did. And, you know, that's awesome and great. It's do what works for you. You know, we don't in any way, shape, or form want to think that what we're doing is better than yours, because it's not. It's just what has worked for us, and we've been doing it for a long, long time, and it works. We found this works for us. What you're doing may be the absolute best thing to do, and keep doing it.
And if you've never mushroom hunted, go with somebody who has. Don't risk it, because there are a lot of lookalikes out there, and they can kill you.
Well, nothing really looks like a morel, though.
True, but
you know, they have the red ones they call false morels that, you know, depending on where you're at, depending on who you speak with, some people say that they're toxic, some people say they're not. We eat them. Never.
I've eaten them my whole life.
Yeah, our whole lives, and we've never. But I would not encourage anyone else doing it. We've picked mushrooms our whole lives too, and you know the identification on 'em is something that you know we can look at them and tell.
Right.
And you know, hey, that's edible. Hey, that's not.
But you definitely want to be safe, not sorry.
But morels look like morels, and there's nothing else out there that looks like them that I've ever in this area that I've ever seen. You know.
Yep. Hey, I just thought of something.
What'd you thought of? The movie Bear ate mushrooms and started seeing things. There are those kind of mushrooms too, psilocybin, but
Well,
you know.
Psilocybin, that's
Yeah,
right.
psilocybin mushroom. Most of them grow under manure
And you might see bears.
or out of manure,
Poop shrooms?
and we have them too. Anywhere you have cattle or buffalo or bovine, you're going to have them kind of mushrooms.
The fun mushrooms. Yeah, if you have a local, and everybody does, conservation department area, like we have, it's called the Nature Center here. They have so much good information and free pamphlets and stuff to help people be knowledgeable for identifying everything from wildlife, mushrooms, flowers, all of that stuff. Just make sure that you're checking your, you know, what the laws are. You don't want to be caught picking stuff where you're not supposed to on conservation.
Always check your local laws and municipalities because trespassing is trespassing.
We'll have to look for that, Karen.
You know, Karen, I don't know if you know this or not, but you'll have to ask Carl next time you talk to him about the bear encounter he had last week. I'm not going to talk about it unless Carl's present. That's just the way I am. But let's put it this way: I got a phone call from Carl last week, and it was on. But it was pretty good.
Are you saying that Carl could have been a tasty bear snack?
Very, yeah. You know, it was. He almost was a tasty bear snack.
Yeah, definitely. If you're confident, like, we don't think twice about it because we went with our folks as long as we could remember. And like he said, morels, they just don't look like anything else.
Yep.
Some of the other edibles, they've got some lookalikes, like the jack-o'-lanterns that are poisonous that look like, now I don't even remember, but honestly, we never really hunt anything except morels.
Well, we hunt.
Well, the fall mushrooms.
We have
seasonal
mushrooms.
I do love
we hunt
those.
the chanterelles.
Oh, I love chanterelles.
And the chanterelles do have lookalikes. So if you're going to chanterelle hunting, make sure you have a chanterelle, and there's some easy identification marks on chanterelles that makes them easy.
They have gills.
Yep, and the jack-o'-lantern is the one that is a chanterelle lookalike, and they'll kill you dead. The jack-o'-lanterns, they will poison you and kill you dead.
I was thinking the jack-o'-lantern was the other. I don't know. I got confused, but you just want to be safe always.
But then, you know, late in the fall, we have fall mushrooms. We have the hen of the woods, chicken of the woods. We have coral mushrooms.
That's what Nick just said. There's a picture. I think he posted it, and I've got one. This thing is. It's a two-hander. It is huge.
Oh, big. And that makes the best mushroom soup that you've ever eaten. It's good.
It was such a pretty color of that yellowish orange and just really vibrant.
And then the hen of the woods, they look like little hen's feathers all flocked out.
Yikes, Lisa. Down there where we deer hunted for so long, there's a lot of bear there. Or there was until they...
They're still there.
But GP's had a few hairy encounters down there.
I've had some close encounters.
And then,
I've had encounters that, and I've got a video of it. I'm filming it on my phone. I'm bow hunting and I'm walking out, and I just, up in front of me, I catch a big boar crossing in front of me. And this is only about 100 yards in front of me. So I just stop, and I grab a tree. And when I say grab a tree, that means I leaned up on a tree, you know, so it helped break my silhouette up to where I may not, I'm camouflaged anyway, but it may not be able to see me. But then I'm filming this bear as it's walking across through there. And then I speak. That was my mistake. I said, I've got a bear just about 100 yards, and it stood up and looked right at me. And it starts turning its head like this, and you can see it on the video, and then it plops down, and it starts walking right to me like, what the heck are you? And I'm like, and now the bear is coming at me. Now it is 60 yards. Now it is 50 yards. And then you can hear in the leaves, and that's me dropping my bow and pulling my sidearm out. And I said, and now me and the bear is getting ready to have problems. And I speak to it, you know, hey bear, it's me. Don't start no crap and there won't be none, bear. And it got within about 35, 40 yards of me, stood back up, realized, oh, hey, that's GP. Hey, GP, turned and walked away. And
Good morning, Sands.
But I've had a couple close. We pulled up at a pond where we check for sign at, usually around this little pond, and we go in there and look for tracks and different things. And I walked over the bank of the pond, and when I did, boom, bear right there in the water, in the pond, looking at me. I just back up on bear, and as I'm backing up, the other two guys that are with me that are walking up the pond, they turn and run. If this is making GP back up, we out of here.
You see what AU Diver said? Good morning, welcome. He said I would have pooped right there.
I may have just a little bit, AU. I mean, just a little bit.
Good morning, Sands. Welcome.
Top of the morning to y'all. You know what, MamaBird? It's noon where some of these people are.
Noon.
It's noon. It's no longer morning.
It's noon. Also down there, I had never seen the bears except for what he caught on the trail cams of the pictures. And in Big Red, the truck, we're just slow driving, just going to go in and check some stands and this and that. And I looked over and I said, a bear! I mean, I was just so shocked. And it was a
mama and her cub.
It was a mama and a cub, and
they were just out playing around, and every
the
once
cub stood up and turned around and looked at us, and she like, come on, let's go. And it toddled off behind her. It was so cute.
But yeah, they get big, and they're very prevalent in this area. The area, especially the area where we prospect at. And bears are very prevalent, and so are the mountain lions. We got a lot of mountain lions, and the mountain lions down there, I will walk into the bears before I face a mountain lion, because the mountain lions down there are huge, humongous. I'm talking 120 to 150 pound cat that you don't see them until it's too late. And we got some pictures of them on trail cam, and here we're supposed to, every time if you get a picture of them or visually see one, conservation department, you know, they're keeping track of them, and they want you to call in. So
report the sighting.
So I'm looking at the trail cam pics, and the trail cams that I get, they get sent automatically to my phone, and I'm hunting and I'm stand. Me and my whole crew, we got like 9 or 10 guys at this time, and we're all on stand and we're hunting, or most of us is on stand, and bling, I get a trail cam pic, and it's like, holy crap, and it's a giant mountain lion, and this camera is set up between me and another guy, and so I text him and said, I just got a huge, and he's sending the picture, I just got a huge mountain lion on camera between us. And all of a sudden, you hear it. It yells out. And he said, oh, dear God, did you hear that? And I said, yeah, I heard it. And he said, I'm freaked out. And I said, yeah, I'm a little freaked out myself right now, because it's starting to get dark at this point. And where the cat, we just got a picture of the cat being is between us and the road that we have to use to walk back to camp on. And yeah, we walk back to camp. It's about a mile walk. We walked in and walked back out, and it's all up hills down in the mountains. And so him and I were like texting back and forth at this point. And, you know, it's like, what do we do? And I'm like, you know what, guy? I really don't know. I don't know. I said, here's what I'm going to do. I said, you know, it's dusty. I can't really see nothing right now. I'm going to say that right now the cat probably can't, because the way the sun is, the cat probably can't see nothing right now. I'm breaking stand and I'm walking out and we're bow hunting. But we always carry, because of the bears and cats, and we have a few wolves too, we always carry our sidearms too. And we both walked out with our sidearms like this, our bows on a sling on our back, and our sidearms like this, elbows tucked in, ready, you know, the ready position. And we didn't see it or hear it again, but later that night, the cameras lit up because we had that time I had 6 different cameras out. He had 3, another guy had 4 or 5 out, and every one of our cameras lit up with that cat.
That's wild.
So the next morning, I call it in. I'm on the phone to this lady at conservation, and I'm telling her, I said, yeah, you know, we got a sighting. I got the pictures. You know, we got a mountain lion down here, and it's big. And they're like, oh, you know, most people they see a bobcat, and I said, no, ma'am, this thing's got a 3-foot long tail. Okay, it's not a bobcat. It's a mountain lion. We've seen mountain lions. I know what mountain lions are. It's a mountain lion. Well, can you send me the picture? And I said, do you have a number I can just text it to you? Because she wanted me to email it. And I'm like, I don't have really good signal down here, but I'm good enough to phone call. I can probably text you. She said, yeah, you can text this number. So right there while she's on the phone, I texted to her, and she went, oh my God, that's a giant mountain lion. I said, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. And she said, how many pictures do you have of this? I said, like 15. She went, what? And I said, yeah, it's right here, right now, hanging out in this area. So the conservation, they got a mountain lion team they send down. Well, on their way, and this is coming from Jeff City. So it's about a 3-hour drive, 3.5-hour drive from where we're at. On the way, they get another report that of the county next that people have got pictures on a phone of a mountain lion eating an elk, because we have elk here. And it was actually killed a bull elk and was eating an elk. And
a young elk.
A young elk, yeah. And come to find out, you know, they compared the pictures of the people that they took and it was the same mountain lion. And we got a lot of them. They're taking our elk down. They're taking our deer, whitetail down, and
the elk story made the news, and we were like, "Cool, we have pictures of that."
Yeah, that's our cat.
A.U. Diver said bears scare the heck out of me. He had one attack his tent in Colorado. That would be my last tent adventure.
Hey, I had a bear attack our camper one year.
This is true.
This is true.
Funny.
Me and my buddy. It's cold. It's cold. I mean, it's oh my God cold. It was. I don't know, -12 degrees.
He said his wife screamed so loud the bear ran away.
We're inside, and this is the same camper that 1955, the canned ham one. We took it because it was easier to heat, and we're inside this camper, and we got the generator outside running. We got a little TV going. We're in there eating our popcorn, you know, nice and warm. Got the heat going. It's all nice in there, and all of a sudden, generator goes off, which turned the lights went down. Right when the generator went off. Now the camper is 12 volt too, but you have to flip the light switch, the 12 volt light switch, to get it to come on. And I'm in my bunk, which is in the back, and my buddy's in his bunk, which is in the front. And all of a sudden we hear, ugh, and I get lifted up in my bunk, boom, boom, and we hear, ah, again, this big roar. And boom, and I holler at him. His name's Bill. I said, Bill, turn the light on, turn the light on. And he flipped the light on. And I'm on my back and then there's a bunk above me, and I got my feet and arms against the bunk above me. And this bear is underneath my bunk. It come in through the storage hole that we had left open.
It must have been looking for warmth.
Yeah, it must have been looking for someplace warm, because it came in through there and then was lifting me up. And the look on his face, I know he could see either the bear's eyes, its full furs. All I could see was, oh God, how's this going to turn out? You know, because it was lifting me up. And he said, boo boo, and then we heard kick kick kick, and it's ripping wiring apart underneath there, because that's where the batteries and stuff is tore at, and the lights are flashing, and he looked at me. And he said, I'm going to make a run for the truck. And I said, you leave this camper. If you come back in, and I'm shooting you. I'm going to tell you now, that's the fatal funnel. If you come, whatever comes through that door is getting shot. And then the bear decides to leave, right? And we're just freaked out in there the rest of the night. Next morning we get up and we go out there. There's bear hair and fur stuck on this hole where it crawled through.
And I could see the paw prints
the
when they
paw
got
print,
home.
yeah, it's crazy. It's like that was almost in this camper with us.
Crazy.
I mean, yeah.
Crazy. So I didn't get to say hello to West Country Mudlarks. Welcome. And the person that was in here earlier, Sans Noman, said, I came here for the prospecting, but I stayed for the mycology discussion of the mushrooms. I love it.
You know, that's just it. You never know what we're going to talk about. And, you know, that's it, guys. I couldn't make these stories up if we tried.
And AU Diver said that the bear was after his peanut butter crackers and shouldn't have that in the tent. So that reminds me of the ground blind thing. So I was in a ground blind, not a tree stand, but I was in a ground blind on a little...
It's a little portable pop-up ground blind.
And I had a little tripod seat. And we get in there early and we get settled in, you know, because you want to have that time so
before
that
the sun comes up. Yeah.
And if you've ever been out in the woods and people say, oh, squirrels sound just like deer. He doesn't believe that, but I get excited if I hear something
Squirrels sound like a squirrel and a deer sound like a deer.
If I hear, you know, rustling in the leaves, I'm on high alert. So I'm in there, the sun's breaking. I've got my backpack, I've got snacks and everything in there, which means peanut butter crackers and Vienna sausages, if you don't know what that means.
Absolutely. The essentials.
You know, the essentials.
That's right.
So I'm on my hugely uncomfortable little tripod seat, and I'm looking around, and I hear, shh, 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 shh. I'm like, oh. And in my mind, I've got this sad daddy coming, big old deer. It's already mounted it on the wall. And then I hear it getting closer and closer, and I'm like, is that? And then...
Well, to refresh the story a little bit, while
like,
we
"You
were
got your
setting the
sidearm?"
blind and stuff up, we was also walking down, looking at trails and paths. And MamaBird said, what is that smell? I said, that's cat. She said, what kind of cat? And I said, bobcat,
That's true.
cougar, not sure, but that's cat. That's cat urine that you're smelling. They do that around their dens, and it tells the other cats, hey, I'm either male or female, and it tells other animals, if you come around here, you're lunch. And so MamaBird's got that in her mind.
Yeah,
now.
oh yeah, it was in the back of my mind.
There's a cat around here somewhere.
So as I hear it,
on,
so yeah, and he's like, you brought your pistol, right? And I'm like, I forgot it. And I'm like,
first rule of the woods, you never go to the woods without a gun.
As soon as he
Never.
said that, I was like, oh, I forgot. So I hear it,
So
and then it
now,
starts to circle.
When she starts, she's getting nervous.
In my mind, that cat was
she's
coming after
texting
me.
me that I think that cat's out of sight. So I don't know what she's seeing. So now I start crawling down out of my tree stand. It's still, not daylight yet. It's like, okay,
Just starting to burn.
I will, whatever it is, I'm going to sneak up on it and see what it is, because we're not hunting that far apart.
And so I hear it, it's crunching around, and then I really panicked myself because it circled my whole ground blind. I'm like, it's got to be a cat, it's got to be a cat. And I'm reaching over towards my backpack on this little, if you've never sat on a tripod seat, those are a form of torture. And they are very unstable. So I'm leaning over and I hear it stop. And I'm like, this is it. It's coming after me. I'm going to be eaten. I'm going to be mauled by this ginormous cat. So my, illusions of grandeur.
Her
of my
first
big
instinct
deer.
was, it's going to eat me. I'm going to die right here, but it's going on video.
So I get my little phone out, right, at that time. And bloop, underneath the ground blind, this field mouse pops up and he stands up.
Saber-tooth field mouse.
He
He
was.
come right up.
He was a saber-tooth.
See, I could hear her. I could hear, when it popped out, I could hear her scream. And I'm thinking to myself, yep, it was cat. She's going to eat, you know. And she
Actually,
flew back in her chair.
The scream happened because after it popped up, I'm like, oh, look at you. You're just the cutest thing. And he had no fear. He wanted my peanut butter crackers out of my backpack. And I'm like, he's never going to believe this. I'm going to video it. So about the time I leaned over in that tripod to video it, he sprung up at my phone and I screamed and flipped back, feet up, flipped over backwards, and he didn't get my crackers though. The saber-tooth did not get my crackers.
I come charging in. At this point, I'm running. It's dark, you know, tripping over all the limbs, debris, the thorns, and getting all hung up. Come charging in there with my bright light on, my pistol out for a field mouse. And I'm like, yeah, want me to shoot it?
Yes, I wanted him to shoot it and mount it. Daniel said it was Scrat.
Yes, she did get a picture, Karen, of the top of the ground blind as she was flipping over.
That's the important part, though. And he didn't get my crackers, so, or my viennies, as he calls them.
They good. Viennies are good. When you out hunting, you need that extra bit of, you know, that protein, and the viennies, they packed with it.
That's right. We still got 33 amazing folks hanging out with us. That is so cool. That was funny. Said they came for the prospecting and stayed for the mycology talk. And I think it was Karen's son, or maybe it was Lisa. Somebody said, well, you never know which direction conversation is going to go, but it's fun.
Especially with us. You can't ever tell.
I get derailed easy. If I see something shiny or, yeah, it happens. Speaking of shiny,
you hear the bucket calling you too?
I'm thinking it could be that day. What better day than a snow day than to run some material inside?
Right.
Actually, we're going to be running. There's Mega Dog.
Mega Dog's in the house.
We're going to be running that material tonight with Miss Sarah. So.
Mega Dog come popping in with a picture of a mouse.
He just needs the saber-tooth.
True story, man.
Yes, Angie, viennies and potted meat. That I grew up. If I went fishing with my dad, both of those were a necessity.
I like the potted meat too. Potted meat's good. You know, and potted meat, you get a sandwich. You can have it on crackers, which is good. It's a good staple right by itself. It's like its own food group.
We probably don't even want to know what food group that's in. Nope.
It can't be any worse than bologna.
This is true. One time we had venison bologna. Usually we process our own deer, but if it's super hot and they get a bunch, sometimes they go to processing. And we took a gamble and we got venison bologna, and it was in a kind of looked like the sausage rolls that you get that look like a U. And it was really good.
It was pretty good.
I was surprised.
It's not as good as the bologna I made.
No.
It was still good.
Yep. And he makes the best summer sausage and jerky.
That's years and years of trial and error.
Yep.
I used to make it that you'd taste it and you'd look for the dog so you'd lick his ass and get the taste out of it.
Oh yeah, it was a learning curve.
Oh yeah.
I hit the water. Our oldest granddaughter, the only thing she asked for Christmas was Papa Shep's
jerky.
Deer jerky.
Deer jerky, yep.
She didn't ask for anything else as long as she got that. And she got it.
Oh yeah, she got it. And a lot more, but she got her deer jerky. I think she ate hers and her brother's.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, everybody's saying we're making you hungry, and I'm getting a little hungry too.
Yep.
So we better let these amazing people go.
That's right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. This has been fun.
Right. Look for another snow day. We're gonna another snow day. We'll come back and do it again.
If I was at work right now, I would be in lunch duty.
I would
Jess,
probably.
if you're still here,
be
enjoy your crochet day.
Right now.
Pam, enjoy your snow day. If I see you tomorrow, awesome. If not, then we won't.
That's the way it happens. You never know.
That's right. So thank you guys all for
later
hanging out.
tonight on MamaBird's channel, her and Sarah Curmudgeon in Alaska. Very first time Sarah has ever panned.
It's gonna be
Sarah's
awesome.
first time. So Sarah's getting ready. Rob, you guys already know Rob. He's an old school panner, and he's got the fever. He's had it for years. But Sarah don't have the fever.
She might after tonight.
She's going to have it after
I hope
tonight.
she does.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
You'll see much more of Sarah with a gold pan in her hand
I love
after
it.
tonight.
And Rob will be there. He can help her if she gets stuck too.
Yep.
But it's going to be awesome.
Rob told me that he was just going to lay back and run the camera.
I love it.
I said, we've got the way the cameras are set up. I may hook a couple different up,
Later,
get a couple different angles on MamaBird, but I'm going to stay away from it and just let the girls do the girl thing. So I think it'll be a good time.
Girl panners.
Girl panners.
Girl panners for the win. So
everybody take care. Thanks for the crumpets. Thanks for the coffee. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for the stories. It was a good time. And we'll see you guys later tonight on MamaBird's channel.
Right.
If we don't see it in, we'll see you on the Valentine's Live special.
You're not going to want to miss
Friday,
that.
6 o'clock. Hopefully Megadog will be on stage.
I hope so.
Joseph Knowlton's supposed to be on stage. And you guys are invited. If you guys want to come up on stage and, talk some Valentine's talk, talk some gold talk, just talk, you're welcome to. Just let me know. And if we don't see it all, any of that,
Megadog said I'll be there. Yay!
hopefully we'll see you guys out there on the creek after all this snow and ice that we're getting right now leaves. Because I'm not going out there until then. I've still got 2.25, 2.5 buckets of material. And I may pan some of that out later. So you guys, you may get to see another premiere coming up of me panning some dirt. Me and Mama.
You never know.
Can't ever tell.
So.
I got to get up to shut this old camera off.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
We'll
we
see
love
you
you. Have a great day. Good afternoon. Have a great lunch. And we'll talk to you guys later.